Ow, fuck.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I pinched my hand in my headphones.
That'll get you every time.
Did you still have Travis?
It did.
Good morning.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to a big Thursday Jim Norton and Sam Roberts show.
First thing, I deleted FaceApp.
Look,
I deleted. Travis might have been right.
when the tough dog puts the word down,
He barks.
when the tough dog barks, you better listen.
Right.
He was right. We talked about it yesterday. And then, articles slowly started coming out. Chris Cuomo was getting all mad about it last night. Man, Chris Cuomo's blood pressure must be high. I was watching him on CNN last night, and I don't watch the news shows all that often. But Chris Cuomo was just... He was so tense for the whole hour.
About that?
No, most of it was about Trump being racist, and then at the end, also about FaceApp.
Yeah, the FaceApp, I wonder if they're going to change that because so many people are probably deleting it. Now, everyone's talking about don't do it because they're going to own your photos.
No, they won't change it because here's the thing.
Too late, homie.
The same app went viral like 2 years ago for something else.
Right, they just add a new filter.
Yeah,
and
it's not a
everybody
new app.
It came out in 2017.
Yeah.
But no one's ever talked about this part of it. Like no one's ever said, "Hey, man, it's going to keep your. It can do it. It can do whatever it wants with your image."
Yeah, but watch this.
That's different.
If you wait 6 months and then it comes out with a filter to turn you
That's
into
true.
a baby, people will do the same thing again.
But wait a minute.
Oh my gosh, it's Travis as a baby.
Where does it say that when you download the app
Where to say what?
that they can do whatever they want with their photos?
It's in the terms and conditions that nobody reads.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
those 10-page
Yeah.
swipe through things that nobody ever
I
looks
didn't
at.
see any of
It does.
that.
It doesn't say it like before you download the app, but when you open the app,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a terms and conditions page.
Are you sure that's just not when you pay for it?
I think it's when you open it.
'Cause when you pay for it,
It's probably when you open it because
I
you
didn't see
haven't
a
done
terms-
anything.
I didn't see a terms and conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I
page.
can't check. I don't have it on my phone, so.
Because you don't want the Russians
Troy, do you still
to...
have it?
I'll look, yeah.
Yeah, Troy doesn't give a
Troy
fuck.
doesn't
I don't give a fuck.
Have you still been using it, Troy?
Of course I have. I
Of
sent you
course.
guys some photos last night.
That's
And-
true.
and
I
the
forgot
odds
about
are-
that.
That's true.
They won't do anything with your dumb phone. I mean,
No.
but still.
Plus, at first I was like, oh my God, they have all the photos. And then I was like, most of the photos are already on Instagram anyway. They could just pull them off if they really wanted them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could probably get a lot of them on Google image search and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what sucks about it, though, is you have to sign in through Facebook or LinkedIn.
I didn't.
On FaceApp? No, you don't.
I thought so.
I didn't.
No.
I would never
Oh,
sign in.
Troy, you
did.
gave the Russians your Facebook.
Whoops. No, I gave him
no.
LinkedIn. I gave him LinkedIn.
You didn't have to sign in.
No, there was no sign-in process, bro.
Well, do you have the advanced one?
I downloaded a couple of them, so maybe I'll figure it
Oh
out.
my God.
Well, because I couldn't figure out which one the right one was.
Troy is going to become like a Russian star. Like he's
Yeah.
going to be modeling every Russian product.
Troy is ripe for phishing.
As it yeah, he really is.
They've got me.
In
They
his
could-
advanced
could-
stage, yep.
They could get him anytime.
You don't do fish. You don't sign in with Facebook.
No.
I used to with Tinder when I was on Tinder, and it would fucking.
You have to on Tinder, right?
Do you have to? Oh, maybe I do.
You have to sign in with Facebook on
Bumble
Tinder?
or Tinder, you have to upload. I think it's Tinder because you have to upload.
So they know it's a real person?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there was an issue once, and I tried to contact Tinder,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Well, you have to contact Facebook. This is a Facebook problem because the pictures come from there."
Yeah, they were like, what do you want from me?
Yeah.
It's a YP,
I don't
not
mind
MP.
that because they're doing that to make
Verify.
sure that people are actually people.
Right. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, it's like when you, like the sneaker apps a lot of times will make you have to put in your cell phone,
Right.
but that's not necessarily so they can register a whole bunch of numbers. That's so they know you're not downloading the app 150,000
Yep.
times.
I'm fine with that.
The DNC is warning their 2020 campaigners not to use the Face app. They say the Face app, this is the app that we were talking about yesterday, the app that you've seen all over the internet that's turning everybody into old people. It's just all fun and games, but it was developed by Russians. And anybody that's seen Stranger Things Season 3 knows the Russians are not to be trusted, especially with photographs.
That's probably what they were doing down there.
I wouldn't be surprised. The Democratic National Committee sent a security alert to 2020 presidential campaigns Wednesday afternoon, warning them not to use the popular smartphone application FaceApp. That means we're not ever going to get to see what Bernie Sanders is going to look like as an old man.
No, I know.
No, it's gonna be
really hard
worse.
balance. Or Hillary.
Yeah, that's right. This app allows users to perform different transformations on photos of people, such as the aging, blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, this novelty is not without risk. FaceApp was developed by Russians. The alert from Bob Lord, the DNC's chief security officer, read, Russians! Responding to concerns from security experts, the makers told TechCrunch, even though the core research and development team is located in Russia, the user data is not transferred to Russia.
Oh.
So I think people are...
Not that that matters. I mean, anybody can use
No,
your
I
shit.
mean, yeah, Russia can still get their hands on it, I'm sure, but I love that we're like falling back into the Cold War.
I thought of that with the whole Russian thing. We're terrified the Russians are going to get our pictures.
Like we think that...
Times have changed, though. The Russians might have my photo.
The prevailing theory, I believe, is that the Russians will get all our photos, then they'll use our photos to set up fake social media accounts, then they'll use those social media accounts to meddle with our elections, and then they'll get the elected officials that they want in our offices. Is that generally the prevailing theory? Is that presumably what the Russians would do with our photos?
I don't know, but they got like 150 million of them.
I feel like they could just go on Facebook and get the photos there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the photos are everywhere.
Right, they're there. They told campaigns that the DNC had significant concerns about the app, as do other security experts, having access to your photos or even simply uploading a selfie. It's not clear at this point what the privacy risks are, but what is clear is that the benefits of avoiding the app outweigh the risks, says this guy who doesn't know how to have fun and whose Instagram sucks. Okay?
Says Captain Bummer.
Exactly. Yeah, check Bob Lord's Instagram. But there's nothing
Probably
going
not
on
fun.
there.
No.
I still stand by what I said yesterday. If you don't have an old filter picture on your Instagram account, you ain't shit.
That's right.
Regardless of what Bob Lord says.
Ours is really good from the show one from yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Troy
yesterday.
did that, believe
yes,
it or
he
not.
did. That was really good.
Troy's still having a good time. Troy, the conspiracy guy, the alien guy, the JFK guy, when he finds out that Russia developed an app that is giving people a reason to give them all the photos on their phone, is going, yeah, but it's fun.
Well, what are they going to do?
Right.
Look at Pacino Voss. I can't believe how much
I love the Voss one.
I do too.
Now, as we look at these photos, Travis,
I'm sorry. My daughter's a dryer door. She's dodging me. Wife Bonnie. Yeah.
now you're looking at the photos now, and I feel like you just went from feeling vindicated to going, actually, the more I look at the photos, the more I agree with that.
No, I love the photos.
It's still fun.
It's fun.
So much fun.
Troy's doing it. I don't
Hell
have anything
yeah.
to worry about.
That's really good.
He must have been giggling all night last night,
All
Troy.
night.
He was sending, in the group text, he was sending more old person photos of different people. And then they also go, well, Russia's going to be able to own the images now. All the images that you upload, they own them. And that's not how it works, because you could upload any image to this thing. Like, people weren't just uploading photos that they owned. You'd go on Google Image.
That's right.
You'd find a picture of a person. You'd upload it. That
That's
doesn't
right.
mean that Russia now owns that photo because it wasn't your photo to give.
That's right.
Oh, they got Bobo's photo.
Exactly. Like, you find a picture of Bobo
That's a good point.
on his old MySpace page and you upload it onto the app. That doesn't mean Russia owns that photo.
He was already internationally hacked once.
He did say that.
Yeah.
Did he say it?
He said his Facebook. Bobo, our friend Bobo, who listens to the show. I think that's just our press photo. Who posted that?
That's handsome Jim Norton, and
He's so handsome.
he really is.
Javier. He posted a photo. I believe Jim has been put through the handsome photo filter
No, I
once or
haven't.
twice, and they decided to put me through the old person filter. I'm going to say 3 to 4
Once.
times.
How you tell me that's not funny?
That is goddamn funny.
Yeah.
Sam looks ancient.
I'm just worried that Russia owns that photo now.
You look like you're 85 years old, and I look young and spry.
Yes, you do.
I think that's the intention.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they were going for.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love handsome Jim Norton.
I do
Okay.
too. I
Handsome
do too.
Jim Norton is second only to Big Jim Norton.
I forgot about Big
I
Jim Norton.
loved Big Jim Norton.
I did
Because he
too.
wasn't fat. He was just
towering over
He's
everybody.
just a big guy,
so
tall,
big.
like a giant. You know what I love? That it's been exposed that the Russians are behind all this, but we're still just drifting back to where we were yesterday, where it's like, look how funny it is, though.
It really is,
That is
great.
funny.
The Voss pictures are amazing.
They're amazing. Yeah, here's what you don't realize. At first, you think to yourself, if I put a young person in the old person filter, that's going to be funny because then they're going to look old. But in reality, if you put an old person in the old person filter and make them look even older, it's even funnier.
That's this one.
That's this one. They did us through it. The one we took the other day. I can't stop. It's so great.
Right, because they put it through like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. And you look more old there too because older because I already looked old. Now I look like I literally look like a turtle, a fucking old turtle, like the Thing from the Fantastic Four. You look old there too because your hair. A lot of times they do your beard, but they leave your hair brown.
Now, that hair is white. It's good stuff.
I've never seen Troy enjoy something more.
It's really enjoyable.
Here's what I don't like about that photo. That implies that Sam still has his wits about him, and I'm an old fool.
Yeah, but
That makes me want to fart.
Okay, you see, that's it. Yeah, I think that's what people are basing that on.
What?
That your idea of responding emotionally to something is through gas out of your butt.
I won't do it. People don't want me to.
No, you can do it.
Go
I'm fine
ahead.
with that.
Go ahead. Did you pass a little gas?
Only because you both told me to.
Yeah, the more I read about this, the more I really think that people are just theorizing and worried because it's Russians. There's no actual evidence that anybody's doing anything.
I didn't see any terms and conditions. Again, maybe you have to buy it or sign in. I didn't sign in.
No, I never logged into anything.
I was just on it for like not even a day.
You don't have to log in. You agree to the terms and conditions.
How do you agree though? I don't think I saw a page to agree with.
Maybe when you just download it, that's when you hit that download button. That means you're agreeing to it.
Maybe if you go, if you go to the App Store and you download it, does it say them in before you download? I don't know.
No.
It doesn't.
There's a picture of my kid on a tractor. Do you think that's going to help the Russians meddle with the elections?
Absolutely.
Shit. I wish I'd never done this.
Yeah, you don't have to agree to. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody's just trying to take away your good time. You know?
Well, it worked.
Is that what you think is going on, Troy? That they're really just trying to ruin a good
They're
time?
just trying to scare you.
Yeah.
What are they going to do with my old man photo?
Nothing, right? I mean, they get the original, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
They don't just get to keep the copy
Yeah,
of the
but if
copy.
they go on my Instagram, they can get it.
That's what I was thinking. I think people are just afraid because it's Russians. And right
That's
now...
the only reason anyone's bringing it up.
Right. Because literally, as you read this article or any article that comes out, the only actual information in it is that Russians made the app. That's it. You know? It's not like anybody's got information that they're doing anything. Nobody's actually done anything. And the app's been around, like we said, since 2017. So a couple years ago,
Right.
there was a previous wave of people having fun with filters. And presumably, the Russians got all our photos then, too.
Yeah, I
And
forget
we're all
what it
okay.
was, but it did go viral like 2
Yeah,
years ago.
I'm downloading it again. I'll delete it again. No, I just want to see what it says when you open it.
I mean, it's right there. Like, before you download it,
Mm-hmm.
if you just read, like, the description of it,
Yeah.
and then blah, 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 blah. Terms of use, links to a website. Privacy policy, links to a website.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
So you don't even have to download it.
You're right. I won't.
It's already got your phone.
Where does it say that?
On the
In the App Store,
Okay.
if you click on the actual app,
click.
tap.
What are you using, a fucking BlackBerry?
Such a nerd.
You old idiot.
Yeah, you really are a goddamn fool.
And then you see the description, transform your face, blah, blah, blah.
There it is. We're at faceapp.com/terms right now. The description of service, eligibility, account security, privacy. Please refer. For privacy, please refer to our privacy policy. There's another link to get to the privacy policy.
Just Control F Russia and see what comes up.
Can we go to that privacy link and
Yeah,
see?
go to the privacy policy now. Faceapp.com/privacy.
Yeah, privacy.
So, I'm sorry.
Similar friendly for people in Europe.
No, you're right. Privacy.
For the Brits.
Yeah. Information we collect. We collect the following types of information. Information you provide us directly. User content, e.g., photos and other materials that you post through the service. Communication between you and FaceApp. For example, we may send you service-related blah, blah, blah. Analytics information. We use third-party analytics tools. Cookies and similar technology. So it's basically saying log file information. It's basically saying they have the right to collect any data that you put through the app.
The
That's
web
like any
pages
app.
you
That's any
visit,
app.
add-ons, other information that assist us improving the service.
Yeah, that's all apps. Except with this app, it happens to be that you give them all your photos, so people are panicking because Russia has a whole bunch of photos of selfies.
Is this any different than most apps?
No,
They said that about
Every app does this.
Snapchat, too.
right.
And Snapchat's us.
Every app does this, except number one, this is Russians, and number two, most apps you don't have to give them all your photos.
Well, you don't give them all your photos, do you?
Well, you give them access to your photo album
Yeah.
because that way you can go through and have fun like the way Troy did, and like turn all your you could, if you want, you could turn all your photos into old man photos. So you click a button. I'm sorry, tap a button,
That's right.
and you end up allowing them to access your photo album on your phone. And so
Wow, okay.
the United States government is worried that
They're right.
people are going to be running for president. Marianne Williamson has some nudes on her phone.
Right.
All of a sudden, the Russians have the nudes.
You know, and I bet you that, I wonder if they'll change that to where they can only get into photos that you upload.
But what if Beto is like, oh, imagine this nude of me as an old man, and he posts it, he just does it for himself.
That would be ill-advised.
But all of it, now the Russians have a nude Beto. You know?
Let's see
And
here.
if the Russians get a nude Beto, he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
We may use information we received. Does it say they're going to use your photos? We will not rent or sell your information to third parties outside FaceApp without your consent, except as parties with whom we may share your information in this policy. Parties with whom we may share your information, they list a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to tell you, but this is less... This... You know, terms and privacy and the agreement thing, this is less problematic than Facebook's.
Yeah, it probably is.
Facebook's is much worse than
What
this.
does Facebook say? Anything you give us, we can...
That's us. That's ours for keeps.
We own it.
Yeah.
We own your children.
Right, exactly
we own
right.
Your photos.
Yeah. We're going to sell them to Gerber. We're going to sell them to Pampers. We're going to do whatever we want with them.
Have they changed at all, Facebook, under like all this scrutiny they're getting?
They
got
say
fined $5 billion.
Yeah.
$5 billion hit, and they said the company's worth $585 billion or something.
Right. They said that we could do $5 billion on our head.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, no problem. $5 billion,
They'll make it back.
drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that they've changed, but they got caught before saying that they had changed, and then the reason they keep getting caught is because they open Facebook up to third-party app developers, and that's when people figure out, once the third-party app developers come around, people outside of Facebook start to figure out exactly how much information is available, which is a lot. And then eventually one of those either one of the app developers or one of the people who have the app goes, wait a minute, how did this app get not only all this information, but friends of friends? That's what was going on. That's where Facebook really got in trouble, that friends of people, that data was going into the apps that the original person was downloading. So it's like, you didn't even download the app and your information is getting shared.
You know what's fun? This is all about advertising. It's all about getting commercial money or ad money. And it's like with every bit of technology, whether it was television, the first thing was with the mobile comedy hour. Like advertising kind of gears all forms of entertainment because it's what pays for everything.
Yeah.
So that's what all of this information is. It's about targeting ads, getting ad money. I mean,
because that's where I feel like
it's the only way to make money.
Right. And now the ad business is not kind of trying to create the most creative advertisement. It's all about targeting.
Information is so valuable, isn't it?
It's the biggest currency there is right now. Information is it. You know?
I mean, if you're worried about privacy, we're all fucked.
We're all fucked. It's
Because,
over. Privacy's done.
We're giving it away, yeah.
I sent you guys something the other day where we were talking about...
It was a picture of Troy frolicking with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you sending this to us? And he goes, look, I look like an old man. And I go, Troy.
Well, I had my phone sitting here. We were talking about going to Cuba
Yeah.
on vacation. Second we got off the air, there was an ad for vacations in Cuba.
Dude.
That's crazy. How do I turn that on? Like what is it that does that you have? 'Cause I don't really
They don't
deal
even
with that.
tell
I don't
you.
usually deal with that.
They don't. Yeah, no, they don't tell you.
Because like I've
Siri, sorry, Sam. Do you have to when you do Siri? Can you just go Siri? Like I have to.
Yes,
I have to hit the button for Siri to work.
you can do that. Like mine. So I had my Siri off for so long.
Siri, order porn.
That's not how it works.
See, mine doesn't do anything.
I had my thing off for so long because I didn't like it. But then I got CarPlay. I got the new car with CarPlay, so now I do like voice texting and calls and stuff when I'm in the car. And so I had to turn Siri on.
Wait,
to
you're
do that.
voice texting?
When I'm driving.
Why?
When I'm driving?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to die. Yeah.
Jim can't believe that because he watches videos.
He watches movies.
Fights.
Full-length films.
No, I watched 2 fights.
You watched all of Bagel Guy's YouTube channel.
I know, but I also watched, like, literally, I watched the fucking Jermaine Durandame, Holly Holm fight and Uriah Faber, Ricky Simone fight driving.
And you're not just, like, kind of watching it with one eye. You do a podcast. Like, you analyze these fights.
I was watching it. and Gano dos Santos, and that was quick.
Yeah,
God,
no.
they're all one first-round knockouts.
No, because do you have CarPlay in your car?
No, I hate that. I don't like hooking up any type of a thing. Like, maybe occasionally I'll Bluetooth, but I don't like it because I'm afraid text messages will pop up, and I always get some. The first time I did that, I was a BMW, and the guy was in the car, and I forget what girl I was with, and old names of my contacts came up, and one of them was a sexual name.
I see.
For like a domination thing, and it read right there on that screen. It was so fucking embarrassing.
No, that makes sense. My phone is pretty much on the up and up.
Sure.
So it's okay.
Now I don't really have anybody who would care, but it's like the idea is still.
I get it. I get it. You want?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. No. I hooked mine up because it's so great. Like the car display, like the radio display, turns into like a little iPhone.
That's right. Yeah,
where it's got the icons, and then if I get a text, just a alert comes up, and you just tap it. It reads you the text, and then you just.
It reads it to you.
Yeah. The car reads it to you. Oh. So you're not looking at anything. You just say like, you got a text from Jess. And I click it, or from you. The other day when we were on the phone, it's because I saw I had a missed call. I was just driving. It said missed call Jim Norton. I pushed it, and I'm on the phone with you.
It reads my text out loud. I'll be careful. Please suck my pecker.
It can. It can.
Tis. Piece of garbage.
But so I turned Siri on so that would work. And now when we're doing the show, every time I say the word like series, as if we're talking about television series, it starts transcribing everything I'm saying.
Yeah, I wonder how many people have gotten. We've talked about this over the couple of years. Like how many people have gotten caught cheating or doing stuff. We're like, all right, baby, I'll talk to you later, or whatever. And then you're like, yeah, come on. I mean, I want my dick sucked. How much you want? And then all of a sudden, it's. I've done that where I've talked after a text. And I was like not saying anything shady, but it's like, yeah, all right, I'll talk to you in a little while. Yeah, fill it up. I'll only have $7, and the whole thing reads, and you're oh my god,
whoops.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It used to be the only thing you'd worry about was that you didn't hang up the phone or that you butt dialed, and you'd be sitting there back in the day. Somebody used to butt dial you, and you just hang out on the phone, and you would hear a conversation they were having, and it was like muffled or whatever. Now. With everybody voice texting and everything, you're right. It just everything ends up getting transcribed. I'm sure tons of people have got caught that way.
Sure they have, right?
Yeah. But it's so funny because everybody was so paranoid for so long that the government was going to be watching everything that you did. They didn't realize that private companies were just going to make things a little easier. Just give you some cool technology. And you would give them everything.
Because the government can eventually... Oh, somebody forgot to set the iPad up. Because the government can eventually get it anyway. If the government wants your shit, they can probably get a court order to get your stuff. And they have all the money in the world to do it.
Rob, did you forget to do the iPad?
Yes. You killed Uncle Hank.
That's the punishment.
But why do I have to be punished?
Well, Flynn needs to...
Siri, call mom, emergency.
They don't recognize your voice on my Siri. But yeah, I mean, you offer a little bit of...
Vacations for homosexuals. I'm just hoping Troy's phone's...
You offer a little bit of convenience, a little bit of service, a little bit of a glimpse into the future, and you'll give up everything. Everything. Or, I mean, it's as simple as like, what if I told you get 5% off this milk? Would you?
You fucking dirtbag scumbag.
You would hope so. But if you get 5% off milk, would you give me all of your shopping data? If you say it like that, you go, no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, but what if I gave you this card?
It's the same as, and this is more invasive. Every time my phone rings and I hear a fucking boat horn, and it's a vacation ad, I know it's a recording, and I just go, fucking AIDS, and I hang up.
Is that what you said?
I get so angry at the invasive nature
of
those.
Why are you picking up numbers you don't know?
No, it's on my home. I still have my home phone.
You never know when it could be opportunity knocking, Travis.
That's true. I have none of that, so that's why
I don't either, and I'm supposed to. My phone, it's the house phone, which I've always kept because after blackout, you don't need electricity to have your house phone working.
It's wired?
Yeah. Even though I literally, the only thing I use it for is if a guest comes, they call from down. I never use it.
Yeah, I don't have a house phone anymore. I did for a long time, but I gave it up.
I just like it for that reason. I mean, I never have conversations on it.
Yeah.
Never. It's very brief.
Although I might be paying for one because they do like the cable internet phone packages now. Like it's more expensive to not have one than it is to have one, so I'm probably paying for one.
It's not much. You're not doing anything with it, and you're not calling long distance with it.
No.
So yeah, I took the app off my phone just out of paranoia that I don't want it going through my phone. I never give permissions though for things to run in the background. except for like maps can do locations when I'm using it, but I never give permissions.
Which maps do you use?
It depends. Waze is normally the one I use because I think they
Yeah.
have the best real-time traffic. But Waze was shitting the bed last week for some reason, so I had to drive. And I wound up using Google. I know Google owns Waze, but it's not exactly the same. But Google was actually really good too. Apple Maps,
Horrible.
They don't do shit for traffic, and the GPS in a car does nothing to reroute you. Like literally, you pass your exit, it goes turn around. I'm like, could you fucking think on your feet, cocksucker? You have access to satellites.
Well, you know what Tim Cook, what Steve Jobs said. Tim Cook is not. That's poor Steve.
Give me an apple.
I was watching a montage of Steve Jobs getting annoyed at press conferences yesterday on YouTube. It was so great. He just told, at one point he was annoyed because he was on stage. He was trying to show what a new product could do. He's like, we have all kinds of demonstrations for you, but the network is slow here because there's 570 Wi-Fi ports set up. So he told everybody in the audience they had to shut their computers off and turn off their Wi-Fi or no demonstrations.
Really?
Yeah. And he sat and he was like, I could wait. I got a lot of time. And he sat there and he waited for everybody in the audience to turn off all their Wi-Fi ports and all of their computers. And then he's like, okay, now I will show you the demonstrations because the Wi-Fi will be quicker.
Wow.
And they all did it. They all wanted to see the products.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was like a new iPhone launch or something.
He was an innovative guy.
He's amazing.
But by the way, and we've talked before too about Illuminati and power. Like 56 years old when he died. If he didn't have access,
Well, he was trying to herbal teas as the cure.
but even after once he tried it and it didn't work,
Right.
it was just too late. I mean, what a fucking just go to the doctor.
Right.
None of us like it.
No. But cancer's worse.
I want to go get checked up. It scares me. You hear all these fucking people that pop up. I didn't know they had it. No, I had a tumor on my eye. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Terrifying.
But did you read what he said about Tim Cook before he died? That the author who did the Steve Jobs book is finally saying that, yeah, when Steve died and Tim Cook took over, I didn't want to say anything in the book because Tim Cook was just starting, but Steve Jobs said Tim Cook is not a product guy. He's a number guy.
He's right.
And he was right.
As an Apple stock owner, a part of me likes Tim Cook. The fact that Apple stock is doing okay.
But as a consumer,
I want better products.
you want a product guy
I want
in there.
better products.
Yeah.
And is Tim Cook going to stay? Because I guess the money. Can't they have him and another guy do it? Like,
But there's no more. Who's Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs is.
there's somebody who's invented. Look, they got guys over at the other companies doing well. Samsung or whoever
Google?
else is. Google does well.
Yeah.
Lumafussion, that type of shit.
You think they should hire the head of
The
Lumafussion? Yeah.
But you know what I mean? There are guys who are doing stuff that's creative.
You would hope so.
Apple's content and the fucking TV show. That's not going to work.
No, it's not going to work at
A
all.
car. That's what they're working on.
They keep saying that. They're not doing it.
The Apple TV never did that ever happen? Or I mean, Apple TV the box did, but not
No.
the.
The TV, they were supposed to be working on a television. That didn't happen. Instead, they're just making an app for smart TVs.
And they did the watch. I had
This
more
is-
faith in them that they wouldn't do the stupid watch, and they did.
This is the how you know. I mean, Steve Jobs would never, if he was going to do an Apple TV, he would have eventually done a television set. Tim Cook decided that the numbers were not in a television set and in exclusivity, that instead he's taking the technology that's in the Apple TV box and he's turning it into an app, and he's going to put it on all kinds of like shitty Samsung TVs and Amazon Fire Sticks and Rokus and whatnot. So every garbage device is going to be able to have an Apple TV app on it.
Right.
And how are you going to pay for that?
Apple Card.
Yep.
An Apple Card. An
Apple Card.
By the way, I told you, every time I put my phone down in my car, it's connecting something, and my Apple Pay fucking credit card comes up. It fucking drives me nuts.
I'll tell you though, literally this morning, I looked in the vending machine and I was like, oh, fruit snacks. I could go for some fruit snacks right now.
That's any snack you eat.
How dare you? And I patted my pockets and I said, no cash. I can't get those fruit snacks. And I went, wait a minute. And I didn't even know if it would work or not. And I just took out my phone and I waved it around the vending machine. No problem. Apple paid my snacks to me.
Apple Pay!
He's completely ruined Apple Pay for me.
Is
Why,
that right?
Have you thought of that?
Thought of it, you voice texted to me.
Oh, I forgot. I had the credit card, but it expired because someone stole my card number, and I got to put my new card on Apple Pay. I've never used it. I've never used Apple Pay.
It's way quicker than credit cards.
Is it?
I actually really like Apple
What
Pay.
do? You just wave it? Do you
Well,
have to
you
have Wi-Fi?
No, they use it as like your cell service, but you put it next to wherever they accept credit cards, like the swiper, and you just kind of hold it there. You sometimes have to double click this side button, but usually it just comes up. It reads your facial scan.
God damn, it's fucking.
It asks for your approval. You hit one thing,
I got to do it.
and it goes right through.
I love it.
I mean, it's so much quicker.
Apple Pay's great.
You put the chip in.
What's that?
I said, well, never mind.
But
you
you-
do the thing, like it's processing, none of that stuff.
It's getting faster and faster.
It's so fast. It's so much better.
Wait till
It's
the
the
IRS.
fastest way to check out online.
Yeah.
Fast way and in person.
Yeah. But online, Jesus Christ.
What do you mean online on the computer?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
my.
an Apple Pay button. Boom, I'm done. I got what I wanted.
Honestly, there's
10 seconds.
there's online spots that I have not bought stuff from because I'm like, no, Apple Pay, I'm
I'm not going to get it.
Because
Yeah.
I have to get up off my couch, find my wallet. It's not going to happen.
I'll start doing Apple Pay. Is it fast? Can you do it on planes when you're on Wi-Fi on a
Well,
plane?
I mean, you can do it at the places that have
Accept
Apple Pay. Yeah.
I hate that when I'm on a Go. What's it called? A Go-Go.
Go flight. in-flight.
When you're bumping around on a plane and you try to enter your information, your address, I always forget my fucking email I'm using and the password. It's like, come on.
But that's what I mean. They're like, what if I told you if you give me a little more information, we'll give you some Wi-Fi on the plane? Yeah, okay, you can have it.
But for Apple Pay, I would probably do it because they're pretty
Yeah.
good with your information, right?
They say Apple Pay is more secure than even using a credit card.
And it's been around long enough that
Yeah.
I tend to
There aren't
believe
problems
that.
with
no,
it.
There's never been like,
If Teft uses it, I'm in.
yeah, Apple Pay's great.
Yeah,
You
It
can
is.
request money from people via text message.
I've done that before.
Dan in Cleveland wants to debunk something. He's probably right.
What's going on, Dan?
Cleveland Dan, welcome aboard.
How's it going? So, I just wanted to ask, Jimmy, do you have a rotary phone at your house? The old school dial.
What did the
rotary
construction
phone
move to
that
your
you have?
house instead of under us?
Yeah, what is that?
Sorry, going over speed bumps. But
Okay.
the only way that a phone would work during a blackout, there's a chance only if you have a rotary phone, the old school rotary phones. Your phone that you have at your house, I'm assuming, plugs into power because it's wireless.
No, it's wired.
No,
he
it's
said.
wire. It's hanging on the wall.
Okay, so, but is it truly
You guys hear
a
hammering?
rotary dial phone?
No, it's a button phone. Oh yeah, maybe it. You might be right. I didn't.
Does
think
it
of that.
light up?
Yep.
Okay, then it's probably electric. I mean, it doesn't need to be rotary. I had a Superman phone in my house when we were growing up that was plugged into the wall and it was wired, but it had buttons, but it wasn't like electric buttons. And it had Superman was standing on top of it
Oh,
with his hands on his hips and his cape,
wish you took it horseback riding.
like Christopher Reeve.
I knew that was
You know,
dumb.
Wasn't a phone; it was the guy.
Maybe you're right, dude. I don't know why I
The
thought
other
that.
Yeah, the other part of it is your building now is running off of the same grid power that your apartment is. So once the power goes down to your building,
Right.
the exchange in your building is also powered, unless they have a UPS that'll last for hours and hours, which they don't because they don't incur that cost. There's no way that your signal is going to leave your phone, even if it's the old school way of dialing with, when it used to click, when you used to hit the number 2 and it would click twice.
I don't remember
30
that.
years ago.
All right, thanks,
All right,
man.
buddy.
You're probably
Thank
right,
you.
Dan. Thank you. God damn it. There goes my theory.
Yeah, I mean, if it's electric, it doesn't work. But if it doesn't need electricity, it'll work.
Yeah, I thought in 2003 my phone was still working when I couldn't use a cell. I don't remember why.
I don't know. You know, he's not going to be able to use a phone. Your boy El Chapo Guzman.
You know, I literally I'm reading this morning's paper about how he got 5 years with conjugal visits.
Nice.
Can't see his wife ever. That's a rough one.
Bad.
Life in prison, plus 30.
Plus 30.
No wife because he's
Or
afraid.
kids.
What?
Kids too.
He can't see his kids either.
Can't hug his kids. No touching visits. No touching.
Wow, they're afraid he will give
Yep.
the information for them to give to the cartel. A part of me is I almost as a man felt bad for him, but then it's like, oh yeah, that's right. He had people's heads cut off.
Yeah. You know who's
What are you
psyched?
feeling bound for?
No, but I'm just saying you can't hug your children or your wife. Like, not that you should be free, but you can't hug your wife. But then again, it's like you just I've watched the things that he's. been
Yeah,
the
probably
head
shouldn't
of.
have been a ruthless drug dealer.
Yeah, you're right.
/ murderer.
Yeah, / murderer.
When you see and please, how many children have the cartels killed? I
Oh
mean,
my God, yeah.
they're
At
terrible.
least 2.
Huh?
2?
It could have been
I was,
even
thinking,
more.
I was harping somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,500, but you might be.
Somewhere between 2 and 1,500 children.
He will never see his beauty queen. Well, she is gorgeous.
He's never going to see that chick what Sean Penn fucked either.
That's right.
Sean Penn's got to be psyched about this whole thing.
No, he should not be. Oh,
You think that there'll be revenge? You think
I don't know.
Just because El Chapo is locked away?
who dates El Chapo's wife after? No one.
No one.
No one.
She's gonna end up being celibate after this.
Yep.
She's not gonna be able to find a partner.
She's
but
very
if
cute.
you don't know that's her,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
of course it matters. If you don't know it's her.
Oh no, I mean to him it won't matter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna have to just lie about it. She's gonna have to move to the States and just not tell anybody. Oh, who's your ex? Nah, don't even worry about it. Just say he's passed away.
He can't even. Can he see his kids in person at all?
I don't know if he could see his kids in person, but I know that he can't hug them.
No
Can he
touching.
see his wife in
No
person
touching.
or no?
No, I don't believe he can see her.
I didn't even know they could do that.
He's already there. There was a report this morning that
They moved him right away.
right away got on a helicopter yesterday. And he's in Colorado.
Wow.
I read a New York Post article yesterday that they were saying how he would be able to make enchiladas with the commissary.
Yeah, sounds great.
I was like, this seems racist. Like, why are you talking about enchiladas in jail?
Because he has mentioned
Oh, okay.
that he misses his mom's enchiladas.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, they published a whole. I'm so fascinated with jail life. They published a whole.
What do you want to know?
How would you know?
I know a lot of people.
That didn't even sound convincing. They published the whole list of what's available in the commissary at the jail that he's going to.
Is it good stuff?
They actually have a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know how much access he's going to go. See where it says commissary goodies, Troy? If you click it, it gives you the whole list. It's a full menu. Look at all that stuff.
He's in Supermax.
You get peanut butter crackers.
Which sucks because 23 hours a day you're in your cell.
Oh.
It's 12 by 7. All of your meals are eaten in your cell. You don't even get to interact with other people. Like on that level, you'd probably want to interact with the other inmates. It's the Unabomber. It's Richard Reed. It's fucking that scum. I mean, they're really
Terry
punishing
Nichols.
people. Terry Nichols.
But just to have some kind of interaction with somebody to stop yourself from going nuts.
None of these guys are going to kick your ass. They're all, they just want to talk to somebody.
He's got a 4-inch window.
I mean, it's a
4
terrible,
inches.
terrible 30 years he has, or 20 years, whatever he has left, is horrible. But again, part of that is the punishment too. Like, look what you've done.
Oh, he deserves every bit of it.
He does, man. Because
It's
again,
just not fun.
When you see someone's head getting cut off, like you're like the barbaric shit these guys do is.
And it's also because he's escaped twice.
Yeah,
100%.
If you
but
didn't
I
keep
mean, not being able
escaping
to
from-
talk to another guy.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're worried he would talk about escaping. I guess that's probably like, oh man, how long have you been here? Would you want to escape or something? Or
What about your lawyers?
they got saltines.
How much can you talk to your lawyers? Whenever you want, there has to be a.
I don't know.
I think legally they can't stop you from talking to an attorney, but there's got to be some way that they make sure that you're not passing. I mean, I don't know
They
how
can't.
they do that.
They cannot monitor your attorney stuff, I don't think. And also, it was like Lynn Stewart. Do you remember her and the Blind Sheik, where they said
No.
as the attorney, oh, she was that fucking awful fat monster who was representing that terrorist, and they said she was communicating to his followers. I think her name is Lynn Stewart. And so there are times where lawyers get caught doing that.
Oh, they got a mozzarella cheese bar,
There's
a cheddar
saltines,
square, saltines. See,
fully cooked bacon strips for $5.20. $5.20 for bacon strips. How much do you
that better
make
be
an
a
hour?
lot of bacon.
How much do you make?
Not much.
That's more expensive than I would have thought.
Well,
I'm sure he will have plenty of people depositing money into his.
into
you
the
think so?
commissary.
Do I think so?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, good. They got milk and magnesia.
Yeah. People who owe their lives to him and his perceived good deeds that he did for them.
There are still people very loyal to him.
Oh my God! Of course they are.
You can probably, the whole Sinaloa, the whole city.
Yeah,
or
of
Yeah.
course they're going to deposit money.
You can probably only have a certain amount in your account.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not.
What's the max you can have in your account?
Yeah, I bet they don't.
300 or 500. It's probably not that much.
What if you want to go nuts? You get like
You
18
probably buy
glasses of saltines. Okay.
You like my cute little
You
joke?
walked into that one, Travis.
yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, there's
You should give him some money.
I told you a friend of mine who's doing, I guess, 25 to life would call once in a while, get a message, but I can never get back to him. I don't know if I gave him money to his commissary properly. It was a weird system you have to go through to give money. You can't just send money anonymously.
If I know you, you probably did not do it properly.
Yeah, I would agree with
I
that.
would say you're probably right.
It says some facilities allow only people on the inmate's approved visitation list to send money. Some limit the amount of money that can be sent at any one time to $200 to $300.
Oh, per
at a
person,
time.
yes.
But some people, you can't just have anybody do it. So I'm sure that there's a list that El Chapo has of people who are allowed to. It's not just like anybody can do it.
Maybe, yeah.
You know?
I'd send him a little something.
You would?
Sure.
Just make life a little more comfortable?
Yeah. Can't see your wife. She's young. All he's thinking of is who is she fucking?
Yeah.
You tell me that's not driving him crazy? What guy is around my kids? That's driving him nuts.
I always think about, you get through the first day and you're like, oh my God, this is torture. I'm just sitting in this cell all day with nobody to talk to. And then you have the realization as you're going to bed, oh no, this is the rest of my life.
23 hours a day.
This is never going to end. This is just what my life is now, forever.
23 hours. Wow.
Yeah, she's going to have sex with other people.
Eventually.
She's got to.
Yeah, I mean,
She's got to. She's a beautiful woman.
You better keep it a secret.
She is sexy.
Woman like that can't stay celibate for long.
No. Although with the idea, you think guys in Florida are rough when you fuck their wives. Imagine what he does to you.
Well,
You heard that
what
story? The guy fucking fucked some guy's
Oh,
wife.
yeah.
His neighbor comes over. The guy fucked the guy's wife, and the neighbor whose wife he fucked comes over with a gun, ties him up, and cuts his dick off with scissors. Scissors.
Ugh.
That guy went ballistic. He
And I'm
probably got drunk and had a gun and came over. You got to let the guy shoot. Then again, there was 2 kids in the house, too. It was like a trailer or whatever. 2 kids just broke in through an open.
Weird that this would happen in Florida.
Such a crazy place. They're all hot because it's hot. People get angry when it's hot.
And they're on methamphetamine.
Dude, that guy, he looks like a dude that would cut your dick off with scissors.
And they could be on methamphetamine.
Maybe, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine getting tied up like you fucked the guy's wife and he comes in with a gun because he caught them. So I think the guy knew that he knew. And he comes in with a gun and he ties you up and then you're like, what? He's going to kill me? He's going to rob me? And then you hear him going through the scissors drawer. You're like, oh, for Pete's sake.
No. They're old scissors.
You gotta let him shoot you.
There's no way that they're new, sharp, scissors. That's going to take a while.
He caught his wife and the victim having sex. He lives directly across the street. You can't avoid him.
No. And now you're the scissors dick guy?
Yeah. Completely severing the victim's sexual organ. He's being held 1.25. I want to bail him out.
You do?
I think I cut anyone else's dick off. That was a targeted crime.
He's being held on $1.25 million bond. What's he going to do? Escape? That means he needs $125,000 to get out of there?
It doesn't say if the penis was recovered.
I bet it was.
Who the fuck? He left with the dick.
Oh, he kept it for himself?
You wonder if he showed his wife or if he threw it at her. What the fuck
You like
did he
this?
do with it?
You like this?
I want to know what happened to the dick.
Of course you do.
Well, no, not for that reason. What did he do with it? Can we look it up? That was 2 days ago, so there's got to be.
Whether the severed penis.
No, but let's see if there's a more updated article. Where's this penis?
Dude.
You imagine riding around, you find a penis?
Riding around in my automobile. A penis is next to me. Yeah, that's how they found. That's how they found. That's how they found John Bobbitt's dick.
Yes,
they found it in the gutter.
Threw it.
Yeah, she threw it out the car window,
and he's got his dick. I mean, if it was science.
Yeah, they added a little bit to it too.
It doesn't look right either.
John Bobbitt's dick.
Well, he did that porno, remember?
Yeah, but they
Franken dick.
Yeah, because they made it bigger when they put it back on.
Yeah,
at his request.
I get that.
This guy in the story,
yeah,
he took off with the penis and went back to his house.
Right, he kept it for himself.
It might be in a drawer.
Who knows?
You don't know.
He's accused of breaking. Let's see.
Can you imagine walking across the street with a penis in your hand?
Yep.
you just cut off somebody.
You got to stop for a car to pass, and the guy has no idea that man has a severed dick in his hand.
He probably just tucked it into his shirt pocket.
I bet she showed his wife. Or I bet she threw it at her and go, "This is what I just did, you fucking bitch."
Maybe it's up on the wall like hunters have their trophy pieces.
Oh.
Like, you have a horse head or whatever you have on your wall.
Maybe he stapled it to a tree like people are doing with bread.
Go back,
he
please.
penised it?
Yep.
But go back to the USA article. The title of the USA article.
Florida man attacks wife's lover with scissors and flees with his penis, police say.
He flees with his penis.
It's just something so funny.
You never want anybody fleeing with your penis.
Suspect is on the loose looking for a man 5'8", white male, has
Purelling
a
his right
severed
hand.
penis. Yeah.
He's fleeing with the penis.
Wow. Is he's in stable condition?
Who, the guy with no penis?
Yeah.
I'm sure that they got the penis back
What do you
for him.
do? Do you get like a cadaver penis?
You get your old penis back. I'm
no
sure he got it back.
additional evidence was recovered. I bet he flushed the dick down the toilet.
You think they lost the penis?
They lost the dick.
Well, he wasn't even apprehended until later on in the day when he was at work.
Oh, and maybe he left the penis at home, and then maybe the animals got
Hopefully
to it.
in the freezer.
Or maybe he brought it to work to show his friends.
I
Look
bet
what
he
I
fed
got.
it to a dog or something. He did
guys ever
something
see
fucked
penis?
up.
What if he just left it on his desk at home, but then a squirrel got in and got it?
Oh, like use it as like a paperweight?
Exactly.
Yeah, unless it's on ice for you can't do
Dude,
anything with it.
his dick is
Penises
not...
don't keep.
No.
Oh.
But then again, Bobbit's wasn't. But didn't they find that right after?
They found it right after.
How many hours after she cut his dick off did they find it?
Only a couple hours.
Yeah, I think
real
very,
quick.
very quickly. Because didn't he like call the police or
He called the
911?
police. He said, "My dick is off." He said, "We'll come and fix that up
Yeah,
for
they
you."
found it pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's weird how we joke about getting your dick cut off. Too.
Because it's funny.
Why is it weird? It's
I know, no. I'm
you-
not saying mean.
Penises are funny
Meaning it's just such a weird mutilation and such a horrible thing.
because you also never think it'll happen to you. Of
Oh,
all
God.
things that you never think that will happen, what circumstance would you get your dick cut off?
Can you imagine like you're getting your dick sucked or you're fucking her and you're like, within 2 days,
I'm not even gonna have this dick
this is
anymore.
going to be cut off with scissors.
Right. He used it very recently, and now it's gone.
Yeah, I would have to be shot. And that's not a tough guy thing, but
You couldn't live without your dick?
the idea of it being cut off. Would you hate that?
I love my penis.
It's Troy's #1 hobby aside from face app.
I love my dick and I shouldn't the way it behaves.
True.
Laying there all stupid. Fucking dozing off on my thigh when it's needed.
But
Shit.
would you, if somebody did cut it off, would
They'd probably do me a favor. I'd
Yeah.
probably write a script, get shit done.
But if they reattached it or they put on a new dick or whatever, would you do the John Bobbitt move and get a little more put on if you're going to go under the knife
I'd
anyway?
get a lot more put on. I wouldn't even care what color it was. Yeah, his dick works though.
John Bobbitt's, yeah. Yeah, although everybody knows he's John Bobbitt. So, although I bet when it first happened, there were a lot of women that were curious about it. I'll bet he was able to use it quite a bit when it first happened.
But the idea that they found it and put it back on and it works is what does it look like? Are there pictures of it? I'm sure I've
he
seen
did
it.
a porno.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see what it looks like.
I hope they washed it off and he didn't get
Pieces of grass stuck in
like
it.
little gravel from the road or whatever.
He's one of the rare ones though. It happens more often than you think.
What, penis getting cut off?
Yeah.
What do you mean it happens more often than you might think?
Like you hear stories of this stuff. Why are they blurring the image?
I feel like every time it happens, you would hear that story.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm saying it happens more often than you would assume it does. Like I've heard a few stories of this.
Right, because you would assume it never happens, right?
Yeah.
Like, who would cut a penis off? Answer is quite a few people.
Yeah.
Scorned lovers. That's who would cut a penis off.
Yeah.
Don't cheat on your women. You keep your dicks.
Yeah.
That's the lesson.
Speaking of, I have to be careful how I phrase this.
Okay.
I know I'll talk about him after. I don't want it to sound like I'm implying anything.
Okay, that's fair. Did you see, speaking of Florida, that they're worried now because
Rand Paul. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
because people are flushing their drugs down the toilet,
Yeah.
you know, when the cops come.
It's like we've theorized about what's going to happen.
And now they're saying that there's meth alligators.
That's right.
Because you flush them down the toilet, it goes into the sewer. In Florida, they have alligators in the sewers.
Methigators. I know.
You fucking dirtbag scumbag.
I know.
You killed Uncle Hank.
Let me just relax. All right.
Have a little smoke. Yeah. Have a little smoke for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're worried that, maybe it's Alabama, that they're going to be alligators on meth. They're down there.
Are they affected the same way by meth? Who cares if alligators are disoriented? What are they going to do? Be crazier? Their job, they eat you.
Yeah, if
They're
anything,
dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think a meth gator is going to do?
it's probably easier to get an alligator that's on meth than that's sober.
Yeah, it just runs in a circle trying to eat its own asshole out.
Yeah.
Stupid alligators.
Yeah. If an alligator sees a person and it's stone cold sober, It tries to eat it.
What would suck more than being attacked by a fucking alligator? Like they are dinosaurs. They have not changed in I think 60 million years.
No,
there's nothing more primitive than a long reptile with giant teeth.
I can't believe when I see those cops in Florida or alligator states when they have to answer calls because there's an alligator on somebody's front lawn or something, and they actually are able to grab the gator and put the tape around its mouth and everything. I'm like, can you imagine going through cop training and you got to wrestle alligators?
If I was a cop, you'd say there's a gator in my kitchen. All right, be right back. You'd hear a gunshot and a gator being dragged out by its tail. Fuck you.
Yeah, no way.
There's no training them. Can you have a pet alligator? Can a reptile learn you at all?
People have pet alligators.
No.
Yes. I mean, you're not supposed to, but
I mean, do they
It's one of
bite
those
you or do
things-
they know not to?
No, it's one of those things like when you have a pet chimp or whatever, like that woman who had the chimp that ended up eating her face off.
Oh,
Chimps
yeah,
are really
Charlotte
smart.
Nash, her name was.
Yeah, but
Charlotte
eventually you're not in charge of the animal.
no, an alligator isn't as smart as a chimp.
Domesticated, but they are pretty calm around people unless usually pose little threat. Oh, wow.
Bullshit.
But most experts would agree they're pretty calm. Oh, crocodiles, however, will eat up to 1,200 pounds. Anything up to 1,200 pounds. Crocodiles are the motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, I've heard never smile at a crocodile. Nice.
Well, you ever see this photo like, in India or Peru or whatever? There was this little kid playing on a giant python.
No, we've not seen those.
It's not about anything get hurt. The kid's fine.
It's just a stupid thing to do. You know,
Oh, look at the little. That's so fucking cute.
Yeah, it's adorable. Except then he's going to eat her face eventually.
It's not. That's not cute.
It's meatloaf with an alligator.
Yes.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, she's like the bassist in every band that I used to like.
Look, she's put a little vest on him.
How adorable! The little gator. She feeds him. She kisses him.
I can't wait for the day he eats her
I
face off.
cannot either. He bites her fat fucking head.
He's just waiting for her. He's waiting for her to keep getting fat, keep getting fat. One day you're going to make a hell of a meal, lady.
Yeah, because he has a reptile brain.
Yeah, of course. Like
She's kissing it. He doesn't know what affection is. His
No.
mouth's just open. Like, where's the food, pig?
She looks like if Meg White let herself go.
But he's not doing this because he loves you or affectionately.
no.
He's not. His mouth just stays open. Like, what is this?
The only animals that make good pets are the ones that want to be that are looking for approval. Like dogs are constantly looking for approval. That's why they make great pets.
Cats don't look for approval.
Cats are the fucking worst pets in the world.
She's had him for 10 years. And by the way, he's looking at her like, why is this? What a lovely wild boar. That's what he thinks she is. Just a dumb wild boar
You
holding
think that's
him.
why he's nice to her? Because he just thinks that
She's another fat animal. By the way, I saw a tape recently of a wild boar attacking a guy in like some jungle, and there's people watching and they're trying to poke it with a stick. Wild boars are pieces of shit.
I
I mean, this is where just folks live, and they live there, and the fucking thing, it's part of it comes with the territory. Here, you might get stung by a bee.
Right.
There, you're climbing into a tree, you might get attacked by a wild boar.
was looking. We went to a farm last weekend with the kid.
Why?
Show the kid some animals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like there was the pig house. And so I was like, oh, you want to go see some pigs? It's called the pig house.
Not gonna do it.
And it was like, yeah. And I thought we were going to go in and see little Wilburs, you know what I mean? Like little pink pigs.
Yeah.
And like just sitting there in the pig house, it's these creatures that are about 8 feet long that are just giant. I mean, must have weighed
5,000 tons?
no, it's 10,000 pounds. Not 10,000 pounds.
They're 10,000 pounds.
Was it 20?
5,000 tons? 25,000 pounds.
Oh
Or
my
more.
God. Yeah, no. No, it wasn't that. Oh yeah, 10,000 would be, so it'd be like 100,000, right? And 2,000 times 5,000?
I said 25,000 tons, didn't I? 5,000 tons.
5,000 tons.
Doesn't matter.
No, it
That's
doesn't.
terrible.
We're getting off track.
We're really going down a wormhole of nothing.
Yeah, we're just
No
doing math.
humor, no
we're trying to
fucking-
carry the 9
Yeah.
and figure out where this leads to.
Pigs
But
are
yeah, look
awesome.
how big these pigs are.
Aw,
I love pigs.
I do too. They're cute. I want to get like a little teacup pig.
Well, they say
but I know its
pot-bellied-
feet would annoy me.
They say it's feet.
Yes, on the linoleum. Shut up.
Plus, the problem that a lot of people face is that they think they're buying a teacup pig,
And then it becomes a big 8-foot
and then
pig.
it becomes an actual pig.
yeah,
They
they
don't stay small.
Well, no, the point is there's no real way to know. Like,
well, eventually you find out.
you could get scammed and
That's
think you're
awesome.
buying a teacup pig, but you're really just buying a baby pig.
We got scammed like that with a Labradoodle.
What?
We didn't know the Labradoodle would be 70 pounds. It's a big dog.
But pigs are very smart, so you can probably have a good pet pig.
Not
Oh,
if
yeah.
it's 8 feet long.
People a lot of people have pet pigs.
Yeah, I mean, if you have an 8-foot long pig, you need a farm for it, but they
Right.
wouldn't attack you if you were feeding them.
No,
no.
No, that's what I was going to say. Like pigs that are appropriate size for a house. Pigs supposedly make really good pets.
Yeah.
I think they're looking for approval.
Do they shit though everywhere? Can you walk a
Everybody
pig?
does.
Pigs defecate, yes.
No, but do they just make an oinking sound and shit in your carpet?
Yeah, I don't think you can walk a pig.
Why not?
You got to train animals.
Well, no, but I mean, if you train it,
Oh yeah, you could probably train
like
it.
every time it shits in the rug, you slap it with bacon, straighten it right out. Fucking, that's a giant pig. I wouldn't mind petting that little pink fella.
Yeah,
Would you
pigs-
pet him?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
have. Would I? I have.
Did you?
Like petting zoos and stuff. Yeah, sure. You take the kid to the petting zoo. There's pigs there. You pet the pig.
You know what's friendly?
Pigs are
Goats.
awesome.
Goats are friendly.
Goats are friendly.
That's incredible.
Llamas are
Yeah.
friendly.
You know what's not friendly?
What?
Cats.
Well, that's just because you're a bad parent.
I like getting my puppy
To the cat.
petted.
What?
Pet my puppy.
What does that mean?
It's code.
For
Oh yeah, try pet pigs and
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
But like Troy brought up a good point. That's how you know pigs can be trained. The fact that they were all going up to all the tourists because they knew all the tourists have food. They're smart enough to know we're going to go bother all the tourists because they always give us food.
I give them straws.
no.
Eat this, dummy.
plastic.
No, only plastic or metal. That one really. Do they bite people usually or no?
Sometimes if you try to have them come over to take a picture and you pretend like you have food,
And you
they'll
don't.
nip at you,
Yeah.
and then they walk away because you don't have food.
But if you have food, they'll stay.
they'll stay. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're starving and you are under the assumption somebody's going to bring you food,
I'd be pissed too. I'd
I
buy you
posed for a
food.
photo. What am I, a dick?
did your kid pet the pig?
No. He's had mud all over it. But
Oh.
we went and hung out with the goats for a while.
Goats are awesome.
Goats were great. Way better than cats.
Yeah.
You can get behind that.
Yeah, I'd rather have a goat than a cat, and I have a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think that people are very confused about cats. Cats make about as much sense to have as pets as alligators.
I love a cat.
It's a stupid thing to do.
I love it.
There's no nice cats.
They are. They do that thing where they bang their head into you and you put your head down. That's like their way of greeting you.
Yep. And then if you decide,
And
you know
marking
what?
their territory.
What's that?
That they're marking their territory.
With their head?
Yeah.
I like that. They possess me.
And what's
They
great
love me.
is if you don't pet the cat, or if you pet the cat too much, it scratches and bites you.
You did have a pile of shit, cat. Your cat
That was terrible.
was a cunt on
Worst
wheels.
case scenario.
You talking about Bruiser Brody?
Literally an awful. I'd rather have a fucking a hornet's nest as a pet. That was a pile of shit, cat. Well, even they can almost be trained, not trained, but domesticated on some weird way.
What,
Yeah.
hornets?
Yes, I've seen footage of a guy who's obsessed with hornets. He has a hornet's nest in his house,
Mhm.
in his living
Get
room.
the fuck out of
And
here.
there's an
Nobody's
open-
going to his house.
That's dumb.
Again, they're not trained, but he knows how to be around them, and he actually pets them on the outside of the nest. We've watched that.
That's a terrible idea.
Look up petting hornets. So
No.
yeah, but no, dude, they're in his house, and he goes like they fly out though. He leaves the window cracked, and they know the pattern. And they leave, and I guess they don't.
It's like an indoor-outdoor cat.
That's exactly what it is. Hornet's nest in the
Are your
house.
hornets indoor hornets?
He has long fingernails.
Of course, it's Edgar.
Shut up! Look, it's buzzing. Look at that. He puts his fucking finger out there. Are those bumblebees or no?
No.
He's touching them.
It's hornets.
He's petting hornets.
Ah.
Why would you need to pet a hornet?
I mean, how are you not afraid of them? I don't get it. He puts his dumb long nails right there and strokes them. But there's better footage of people petting wasp nests.
What kind of hole is there in your life that you need to fill it petting hornets?
The balls on this guy's gonna pet.
So stupid.
They're on the nest and he's petting their wings.
They're trying to have some honeycomb.
What is he doing that I wonder if he sprays something on his hand like that bee calming smoke or something.
Wait a minute. I know where this is actually taking place. This is actually in the honeycomb hideout. Did you know that?
Okay.
Come to the honeycomb
There it is.
He's just petting wasps. Would you do that?
I'm getting like goosebumps just watching.
That's a boner.
You don't like that?
That's different.
No.
Would you stroke a wasp?
There's a telephone pole about 20 feet from my front door that is infested with hornets.
Is it really?
Infested.
Wow.
And
Can you take a picture or video of it?
yeah, I will today. Yeah, because they're out I'm talking about like at least 50 hornets swarming around it.
The top of it or the bottom?
The whole thing. All the bottom, the top. The amount of walking out of the way that I do to get home.
You don't walk right by it?
God, no.
Does your daughter ever see you avoiding it?
Yeah, she avoids it too.
I know, but it's like, I guess she could either laugh at you or she could learn, okay, we avoid hornets.
Nope. I walk across the street, onto the other street, onto the driveway, and then into the house that way.
That's a lot, but
Yep.
it's worth it.
Takes at least, an extra minute.
I bet if you walk by it, they wouldn't. I don't know if they'd bother you or not. They're
Don't
weird.
care. Not going to find out.
I wouldn't walk by it either.
I
Not gonna
probably
find
wouldn't
out.
either. Honestly, I don't like bees. Scare the fuck out of me.
They're
I
terrifying.
don't even walk by it at night when I know that they're not there. They're sleeping.
Yeah, no.
Did you guys call the city? They got to be able to do
City
something.
won't do anything.
Why?
They're bees. They live outside.
Yeah, they won't. Because I Googled it, and like the only time that I saw like something happen is when one of those, Help Me Henrys or whatever, like actually got the city to do something.
How can they not comment? Oh my God, this guy is allowing hornets,
So stupid.
yellow jackets to crawl on us. He's picking up an apple with bees on it.
I don't ever want to hang out with people that do this weird animal stuff.
They must understand something about the insects, like when they'll sting you and what they see as a threat. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Or like just vibrations, like you're not afraid of it. Maybe it detects it. It's like the people that can go up and just start petting bears and shit.
Yeah, but bears can be domesticated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's people
until they choose not to be anymore.
No, there's plenty of bears that like.
What's better than a pet bear? I saw fucking footage of a guy with a giant pet bear. They were feeding it birthday cake. I wanted to scream and hug everybody.
There's this bear in Russia that's like a star on Instagram, and it's completely domesticated, and you can fly there and take pictures with it if you want.
It probably gets tased on the reg.
No, dude,
that one?
I don't
Look,
know.
this guy's it's licking his big dumb head.
That's adorable. Okay.
These are massive fucking bears.
What's better than a bear?
I would love to pet one and just
Oh
hang
my
out with
God.
them.
You want to get cuddled by a bear?
I would get cuddled by. Yeah, I'd let a bear spoon me.
Look at these.
Okay, can we isolate that, please? I knew somebody would give it to me.
Would you not want to hug that big giant
I
bear?
would.
Pet his head.
It is adorable. I don't know if I'd mount it, but
Oh,
it's,
why not? The bear's enjoy. He loves it.
He does. He does. Well, it's
They're big mammals. I don't
probably
give a fuck.
probably gets tased and sedated fairly regularly.
I don't
No,
know.
if you Google like Russian pet bear, you'll find them.
Those are awesome bears. Our big bear family. And I guess that
Yes.
they... Yes! We drive Priuses.
It is adorable.
There's a bear in my fucking house.
Steve in
Look
Orange
at that
County.
guy's head.
Sam, I want to come home.
It's it.
Sam,
Your bit was supposed to be I have Sam's cat, not I am Sam's cat. That's so stupid. Why would a cat sound like a person?
I'm the cat, you dumbass. I'm the cat.
This is the bear.
That bear doesn't look that... The ones the other guys had were giant brown bears. This bear looks a little unhealthy.
That's what I'm saying.
Unhealthy.
Looks thin. Look how
Look.
small that fucking thing is.
Look, he's
co-
watering the plants.
It looks thin. The color is not
that
good.
bear sucks.
That bear gets tased and sedated
This
on the
bear is
reg.
amazing.
Why do you not think that they're doing terrible things to
The
these
other
bears
ones are better.
to keep them domesticated? Look at that. There's no muscle on him.
You don't have to. I've seen guys that they'll find like cubs that have been abandoned. and
Oh,
he
yeah, I'm
raises
sure.
the- he
You
raises
can
them.
raise it, but I'm saying he looks like he doesn't eat enough.
No, they've had this bear for like 25 years.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's just a smaller bear.
He might be old.
You ever seen that video of the people who raise the lion and then they give the lion up to
Dude,
go
It's the
play in
greatest
the
video
jungle and then
ever.
like years later they come back and the lion is so happy to see them?
That was a very good video.
It's like the
Christian
best video
Lion's
on the
name
internet.
was.
Yeah.
it's incredible.
Yeah. I would have went there and just deceived it and slapped its face with a fucking Zim paddle.
I've seen that with gorillas too.
So as it's running to hug you because it's missed you so much, you
No,
just
when it
smack
jumped up
it in
to
its
hug me,
face.
I would backswing a fucking ping pong paddle and hit its nose and teeth. Fucking trusting idiot. King of shit.
Yeah,
That
Oh,
happened.
I would love to pet. You can go there and
Yeah.
take.
Yep.
That happened when we went back to visit our cat at the lumber yard that we gave up to the lumber yard. We went like, might have been a year later. And he was super happy to see us. But also, he was much happier in a lumber yard than he was in a one-bedroom apartment, chasing raccoons and whatnot. It was clear that that was what he was supposed to be doing. He was not supposed to be sitting in a one-bedroom apartment, domesticated. Look at that bear. Just having the time of his life.
His name is Stefan.
Steppen.
Is it Stepan? Oh, Stepan, yeah. And I wonder how much it costs. Where in Russia is he?
I'm not sure exactly where.
You should
could
know.
probably
Son,
find-
you're Stepan's publicist. You're fucking raving about him.
I know.
It says Russian tundra.
You could probably find one closer than Russia.
Yeah, near
Not-
the
not
Gulag.
like this
Who wants
one.
to make a left at the Gulag to go
Yeah.
pet a bear?
How come you think all the circus animals are being mistreated, but this bear that's being treated like a circus animal, no, I'm sure he's fine.
Well, he lives out. I guess he lives like the one I saw. The bear lived with the guy outside. Like, he had a cabin, so the bear is like near the woods and is volunteering to come back. He's not in a cage.
He's like, guys, there's a cabin that I live in over here.
He's
It's way better."
domesticated, and he fucking comes in and eats food, and he eats dinner with at the table.
He wears a hat, right?
I don't remember.
Hat and
He
pants.
would if he was my bear. He would. It would be like, oh, they're gonna poke me with that thing that shocks my genitals.
Exactly. Now put your hat on.
I love a good domesticated bear. If it's domesticated,
Good domesticated bear.
but if it's domesticated that way,
best.
like where they have plenty of room and they're like, and they want to be there, like, and they can just run into the woods.
Look, the reason that the human race
Pet that mug.
got to the top of the food chain is not because we're the strongest species by any stretch. It's because we're smart enough to build structures that keep us away from all these animals. Away.
Where's the Kodiak bear that? No, I don't want to see these Russians. Where's the Kodiak bear that grabs Jim? Look at that Kodiak bear grabs Jim back as he walks away. How fucking cute is this gonna be?
Okay. Big bear.
That's a giant
He's a giant bear.
bear.
Jim is petting him, giving him hugs and cuddles.
Kodiak bears are huge.
Giant.
He's play biting him.
Holy fuck!
And he's like, okay, I'm leaving. And then the bear's like, no, dude, come back. And he grabs him by the sleeve. He must feel very loved.
Yeah, the bear, he's petting its mouth. The bear's not gonna bite him.
No, just play bites.
The bear is very gentle and acts like he's another bear. How fucking fun would that be? It's all cold out. But I didn't realize a Kodiak bear is bigger than grizzlies. That's a big motherfucker.
They look like they
It's
are.
a big
yeah.
bear.
That's got to be pushing 300 pounds.
You ever see Jessica the Hippo?
Jim and Sam, what's your name? What's your name?
Jessica the hippo.
What's his name?
Oh,
Oh boy.
you know he doesn't like that.
I don't know that.
Well, you didn't text him back.
He didn't show up to Jim's party because of it.
But no, he had to work.
Where's Jessica the hippo?
Jessica the Hippo is a domesticated hippo.
Nobody works
Fuck
until like
that.
Why?
Hippos are literally the most deadly animals in the world.
Those giant, stupid teeth. Hippos are fucking morons. Hippos are morons.
Trust me, I know from experience.
A hippo would just raise its head and hit you. By the way, there's very funny footage of an elephant with its trunk knocking a girl over and taking her phone.
Yeah.
You see
I saw
that?
that. Yeah, I
That's
did.
great.
It's awesome. It's awesome. We should take a break.
Yeah, make love.
Well, I don't want to do that.
By
But-
the way, I'm leaving. I'm not going to be here Monday, Tuesday. I'm going to be in Canada. I'm going up to do press and other sets.
But you're still doing the show, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to do. I'm Skyping like Sammy Brown muffins.
That's right. That's right. It'll be great. But
Well.
we will be up in Montreal next Wednesday and Thursday,
Yes.
a week from yesterday, a week from today. That's the 24th and the 25th. If you want to come see Jim Norton and Sam Roberts live at Just for Laughs Montreal, come see us. 24th and the 25th. Email jimandsamshow@gmail.com and you can get put on the list. Free admission. It's going to be a great time.
And,
Lots of great comics coming in. We're getting some really great names for these
So
shows.
many good fun. And I am doing a live chip. I think it's going to be the Wednesday right after the fucking bonfire. I know Jay and Dan are doing some shows up there. I think right after them at night, I'm doing probably an 8:00 show on like Wednesday or something. I'll let you guys know, but it's going to be one of those nights. I'm doing Chip live
Sounds
from
good.
Montreal.
Awesome. And we got a lot to do today. We'll be right back.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
There's a park in West Palm Beach where homeless people keep sleeping. And so the city, I guess, is so exhausted by ideas. This is when you know it's over. The city has become so exhausted by ideas that they're going to put Baby Shark on loop overnight to chase people out of there. Do you know the song Baby Shark?
I'm going to hear it now.
Have you never heard it?
Nope.
It's
boy.
probably good because you don't have kids. Like, why would you have heard it?
Yep.
But this is the song. So West Palm
Chip's gonna love Baby Shark.
is they're going to put
Yeah,
this.
you will.
Okay.
All
That's
right,
good.
yeah.
You nailed you though, Travis. You sound like
Yeah,
an
you did,
idiot.
yep.
They're going to put this song on loop to chase the homeless out. And I think it's going to work. Uh-oh.
Who doesn't?
Time to hunt.
Because the homeless will put fucking. First of all,
What, are they gonna put AirPods in?
they fall asleep on their back on the sidewalk
with shit in their pants.
They drink and they pass out with their face while rats are walking on them.
Yeah.
And you think this?
They throw a comforter over themselves.
They'll get drunk.
It reeks of urine.
Dude, they sleep with trains going next to them.
Who pitched this?
Baby sharks do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do.
Oh man, this is crazy. We gotta go.
Is that monetized, that fucking thing?
Oh yeah. You kidding me? Look it up on YouTube, Troy. I'm not kidding. It's
I think they're making a TV show now.
3 billion. The Baby Shark show?
Yeah.
Good.
Baby I'm gonna write a kid song. Chip's gonna write a kid song.
Chip Shark.
Yeah.
Just.
It's like you can't write the same song.
Back up.
Yeah, no, that's not the original. Yeah, look at this.
Where was it done?
Whoa.
3 billion views. Almost 3.1 billion. Not million, billion.
Where is it?
It's on YouTube.
No. Where is it made? The kids are all Asian. Is it made in China or Korea or?
So racist, Jim.
Yeah, that was really. You telling them to go back to their country?
No,
Is that what you're getting
I
at?
want to go to their fucking country and write a song. 3 billion views.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like that other song.
82 million subscribers to gaming.
Gaming, I guess. Yeah.
What's the gaming category? Yeah, gaming is a big thing online.
No, I know.
People play.
What a massive YouTube channel.
I think that's just the category.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Am I apologizing?
It's okay. No, I appreciate your apology and I accept it.
I backed up.
Yeah, I accept your apology. I was offended
Baby
at first.
shark do 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 do. Baby shark do do. Fuck.
Jimmy Shark. Jimmy Shark. Uncle Paul.
Yeah, do do do. Baby shark.
Baby Shark.
Dee do dee do dee do. Baby sharks do do dee do dee do. Baby shark do do dee do dee do. Shark do do dee do dee do. Daddy shark looks through your phone. Grandpa shark do do. Grandma shark do 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 do. She's the one in the house. Grandpa shark has the same pictures you do. You and Grandpa shark are friends.
Do 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 do.
Oh, all right, this will be in my head.
Yeah. I mean, they are.
It goes faster the second time you watch it.
They are incorporating it with another song. They're doing this and a song that I didn't know. I knew Baby Shark, obviously, but there's a song called Raining Tacos. And they're going to play a loop of Baby Shark and Raining Tacos.
Are they really or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You hear Raining Tacos?
They must have.
I have it in here, Troy, if you want. Okay.
They must have some kind of like. Maybe they did some
Unless
kind
you
of.
want to play the video.
Yeah, let's look at
Yeah,
the video.
yeah.
There must be some kind of like psychological testing done. Like there's something in these songs that drives adults crazy.
The people in the people who made the decision are just parents who go, "This fucking song, I hate it." What do you think? Listen to this. It's not going to chase the homeless because the homeless will get headphones.
I don't know if they'll get headphones, but they'll be able to.
Or
listen to
earplugs.
more. Or
Earplug.
They'll shove doo doo in their ears.
Dude, they fall asleep with fucking with ambulances going by.
This is Raining Tacos. This one only has 31 million.
Way, I'm sleeping indoors. I'm on a toilet using bathroom tissue to wipe my asshole. Right. Be a big hit with the kids.
I think it could be.
I like blue and I like red and I like black and I like green. Every color is good.
I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kids will go crazy.
I think so. Oh, this guy just hung up.
Every girl I've ever dated. Hello.
Let's go to Randy in Virginia. What's up, Randy?
You non-tuning
Hey, what's up,
son of a bitch. What's the line? What did he say?
What's up?
Tuning son of a bitch.
Oh, tuning. Randy.
So funny.
Tuning son of
Hey,
Tuning son of a bitch.
Hey, what's up?
how y'all doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Look, I'm gonna tell you, this shit works. Where I live, there's a 7-Eleven, and they're out there begging for money to get a 40 or whatever, and they put speakers up and play classical music, and you might as well spray them with mace.
It's like bug
I'm
spray.
telling you, they were gone. They were gone.
There is something about attacking your senses like that and the repetition that does drive you crazy, that will drive you more crazy than sleeping on concrete.
The same thing kids love about it will drive an adult crazy.
Right. Especially when you feel like it'll
I'm
never
telling-
stop. I would imagine if you're on drugs, it's probably not the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah.
To have
This
rated
was the
tacos.
fucking shark song. This was the fucking shark song or the taco song. This was nice, soothing, classical music.
And it worked.
Here's what's going to happen. That park is going to become a dance club for homeless people.
You think they're going to love it?
They're going to go nuts.
I'm telling you, I was amazing.
All right. Thank you, Randy.
Didn't they use Metallica to torture people somewhere? In, like,
Yes.
Oh, yeah, in Al Qaeda. No, in Guantanamo.
Guantanamo?
They would play like Twisted Sister and Metallica really loud because those guys don't listen to that music. They listen to the fucking Quran chants. So to
Right.
hear that, it drove them crazy.
Right.
They also use that to get somebody out of an embassy or a church. It was when they were going after, who was the guy? Manuel Noriega, I think. When he was holed up in a church, they sat outside and played Twisted Sister. Blasted it nonstop outside to drive the church crazy, and they had to send him out.
When I have
worked.
company over the house that just won't leave, I just play fastball on repeat, just nonstop, and it does tend to work, and it works on two levels because for people they go home, but for me, I just like the song, you know.
You're just a big fan of the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know any other fastball songs. You like fastball?
No,
Fastball is one of my favorite bands.
of all time.
I think so.
I'm more of a Buck Cherry guy.
Oh, Buck Cherry's
Buck
good
Cherry.
too. You like fastball?
You like Buck Cherry?
You like fastball?
I don't know them.
You don't remember this song?
This is what I would play in the park.
Yeah, I don't love this, but it doesn't
Well,
bother me.
but it hasn't picked up yet.
This is okay.
Troy, you a fastball guy? You still playing it in the clubs?
You know what? Like all these cheesy '90s songs, they're
90s
so
one-hit
far
wonders.
removed from
Right.
the '90s. You just like them. It's like Smash Mouth. Like
Smash Mouth is the shit.
I wasn't a Smash Mouth fan.
Imagine if you go see would you go see, if I told you, Troy, I got tickets to Smash Mouth and Fastball, co-headlining bill, you go see that, right?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I don't love this. No.
No.
I would be willing to bet within 1 year, Smash Mouth is cool again.
Like, cool. Wait till the early 2000s comes back. That was the era in music.
It's peak music.
I can't wait until... I mean, it was you talk about just a void of culture. I can't wait until the early 2000s is like... You know how, like, you watch Stranger Things and they act like the 80s was just the greatest thing since sliced bread, and now kids, you know, young adults are acting like the 90s was just incredible, and 90s fashion is back and everything. Of course you think that. You're the age to think that.
Yeah, so are you, and you agree.
Well, yeah, but I think the early 2000s is the shit.
Okay, the early 2000s is so stupid.
I can't wait until the first decade of the 2000s is like the cool thing. I mean, just nothing. A hangover. The early 2000s is a hangover from everything being good.
That's right.
When Marcy's Playground is big again.
Yeah.
You know what though? Like that dance rock was pretty cool. Like the Killers, Franz Ferdinand. Like when that
Killers
style.
are still huge.
Yeah, but I feel like that was like starting to get towards 2010-ish.
Yes.
I mean, that nice early 2000s.
What's a big early two? I don't remember.
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth Fastball was like the very early
2000s.
2000s, and I'm a big fastball guy. I don't know if I've made that clear. Yeah, it was Kid Rock really started to hit his
Nickelback,
stride.
Stained.
Stained, right?
Nickelback and Stained, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Puddle
that's
of
my
Mud.
shit.
Puddle of mud.
Puddle
Yeah.
of Mud. When you're
Blurry
in for
was
some-
2001. Alien Ant Farm.
You ever hear their
They did
Michael
a
Jackson cover?
Good cover.
Sugar Ray. Sum 41.
All right.
All killer, no filler, baby. Half hour of power.
Creed.
Creed.
You know why I like Sum 41? Because their album titles rhymed. And I felt like they put a little more effort into it than most people.
Oh, In Sync. Were they 90s?
NSYNC was 2000.
NSYNC was 2000.
Yeah, it was like it started in the late 90s, but really hit its stride in the early 2000s.
Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great song.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, Blink 182 is on tour now with Lil Wayne.
Yeah, they're still doing it.
Right. I mean, not all of them, not the whole
No.
Blink 182.
No.
Did he
Well-
walk off stage or something?
Lil Wayne, yeah, but then he said he's not quitting the tour.
He thought about quitting the.
Why do you walk off?
I don't think it was clear.
He wasn't feeling it.
I believe it wasn't his audience, and he just realized
It's a weird pairing.
Yeah, but he wants to be a like
Rock
Lil
star.
Wayne has wanted to be like a 2000s rock star for a long time.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't really get being a rock star. I don't think he understands that there aren't any like rock stars anymore. You know, like
Unless they've been around.
right, exactly right. But he wants to be a rock star the way like Fastball were rock stars. You know what I mean? He wants to be like the lead singer of Sum 41 for some reason.
They were rock stars.
Why? How do you figure?
Fastball?
Yeah.
I just don't recall.
They're rock stars.
Thank you, Jim.
I just don't recall them being big.
What?
I mean, the song was big.
Who did the song?
Fastball.
Thank you.
Maybe it's because I'm more
I
of
should
a
be a
Savage
lawyer.
Garden guy.
Savage Garden was the greatest.
Better than Fastball.
Well, Savage Garden was for like the soft side of things.
Well, sometimes I'm a little tender.
Yeah, would you sit there in a sweater with your long hair, stroking your cat, wishing you didn't have a vagina?
Listening to Savage Garden.
Just stroking your cat like a lonely woman.
Oh yeah, Smooth.
This was number 2 of the 2000s.
Don't bring up goddamn.
Didn't this just turn 20 like 2 weeks ago?
It's fucking great.
Troy's
This is a
going
great
back to his
song.
Rob Thomas kick.
It grew on me
I'm
a
not
little.
going to
this
disagree with
song.
Troy on this one. This is
such a good
almost as perfect as a song can be constructed.
How
No,
do you not
stop.
think this is a great song, dude?
I
I don't
can't
like
listen to it.
It grew on me more over the years, but I always hated it.
You're just a big Rob Thomas fan.
No, I like good songs.
Troy's got a certain type of man.
Of course he does. The same people who like this music like Maroon
sucks.
5.
I love Maroon 5.
I mean, just yeah,
I hate Santana.
watered down butt rock.
That's not true.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You like Santana?
I don't
He's
mind
the fucking
Santana.
worst.
But this
Dumb
song
mustache.
is great.
Sucks.
This song will last
Santana
forever.
It
sucks.
does suck.
This song sucks too.
Smooth.
Big deal.
You guys are wrong. I'm sorry.
Fastball will last forever too. Smash Mouth will last forever. Who cares? Last
Fastball
forever.
stands the test of time.
Definitely. What?
But this song doesn't sound dated.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
What do
No,
you mean
it doesn't.
Yeah, it completely does.
No, Troy's right on this one.
Young kid.
We do.
God gave tit job. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. You
My
might.
breasts were getting out of control.
God gave you the ability to DJ, and He gave you the ability to bang broads. He did not give you the greatest genes when it comes to titty.
But then
you don't
again,
get
that's all
everything.
eating. That's all eating.
Of
all
course, it's
food.
carbs. It's carbs
it's all
and sugar.
food.
I eat like shit.
How great are carbs, though?
Amazing.
You love carbs, right?
Yeah, pretzels are the bane of my fucking dumb existence.
You eat them a lot?
Dude, I can't stop. Go to, let's talk to Joe in New Jersey. What is he mean a fast mouth?
What's up, Joe?
Hello, boys.
Hey, Joe.
Hello, boys. How are you?
Hey,
Good.
buddy.
I wanted to say that Jimmy's got a fast mouth.
Oh, like Smash Mouth, Fast Mouth. I get it. That's good.
Thank you, Joe.
That's good. You
Sam,
nailed
I'm
it.
man enough to admit when I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Troy's probably holding on to his youth a little more than you.
There's nothing wrong with being aware of what's going on around you. I don't think it's a flaw on Troy's part.
I don't mind it.
I mean, I don't.
He just stays up to date.
I
That's
feel like
all.
I feel like I dress like, I'm in my 40s. I'm not trying to like dress like a teenager.
He is a younger
I don't know if
mind.
getting your titties done is staying up to date.
That's not about being young, though.
Young
If you
people
wanna
have
be in shape, you're
better.
Fucking.
Young people have better titties than older people.
Yeah, but
Troy's out knocking out pussy, though. He wants to look good. That's not a young or old thing.
true.
That's just wanting to look good. This is all like 21-year-old guys who want to look good.
Well, when you're trying to get some younger women, I'm not talking Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not trying to put you in any categories. But
However, he does think that that's going to be accepted.
what?
Pedophilia.
Okay, well, we don't want to go down that road again. He does think that, but we don't want to go down that road again.
50 years down the road.
He's making a real statement about the culture there, and he's not crazy. Everything is so permissive.
No, I
and
know.
People are like, oh, and what are you going to say? It's a preference.
Chris in Pennsylvania. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, boys? Can you hear me?
Yep.
I just want to let you guys know Smash Mouth was my graduating song, and I graduated last year.
What?
So it's going to stand the test of time.
What song was it?
It was All Star,
No, it wasn't.
and when we were throwing our caps, we were throwing our caps to All Star. So
What?
That makes
that
sense.
song will always be relevant.
It's like
Thanks,
Celebration by Kool and the Gang. It's one of those songs
Yeah, you're right.
that will be played, like Kool and the Gang, when they play Celebrate It. No one says, wow, this is from the 80s or the 70s. Oh, this song. It's just, it's like Happy Birthday.
Yep.
One of those songs that just is just there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
But you're right, Jim. This is
I can't
Travis.
do it.
Don't put him through it.
Turn it off. I can't.
He can't.
Walk through the garden, I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in the pan. When you walk through the garden, you bring home the bacon, fry it up in the pan.
All that people.
By the way,
It's a great song.
But it is interesting that you bring that up because I think that because we were around and old enough to see the song come out, we don't realize that songs haven't just been around forever. At some point, it's got to come out, and then
it's just there.
It'll just be there.
I Believe I Could Fly, even though R. Kelly's a complete piece of shit. That's if it wasn't for this, what he's been doing. That's one of those songs that people won't look at as a timepiece. It'll just be. It is just there. It's one of those.
Yeah.
By the way, Rand Paul, I don't want to hear it. People are like, well, is a piece of shit.
He's the guy.
What a piece of shit. And I know people go, dude, do some research. He just wants to balance it. Shut the fuck up. There are times where you got to think of the budget. I understand that. How about you fucking pass this thing to get these guys what they're supposed to have, and then you go back in and fix it? Why does it have to be voted on and balanced beforehand?
Yeah.
Pass the fucking resolution.
You know what you have to do.
What a fucking twat.
So the bill that Jon Stewart a few weeks ago, we played the clips and everything, was in Congress for trying to make sure that the money allocated to the first responders of 9/11 who all got sick continues, and I think they want to continue it to 2090.
Yeah, it's a long time, but again,
it should
all
be,
this
though.
Fake patriotism. Everybody had flags. Oh my God, we love the cops. We love the firemen. Oh my God. And I'm not talking about necessarily the public. I'm talking about people, these fucking assholes going down there for photo opportunities. And you know what I mean? The troops. We love the troops. Oh God bless the first responders. We'll straw never again.
You mean those guys with the American flag lapel pin on their suit?
20 years from now, we have to go like, I hope we can continue the care for them.
I don't know if it's in the budget.
What a fucking... Rand Paul is a piece of shit. I don't want to hear about fiscal responsibility. Cut it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Cut it from somewhere else. No, I'm simply asking that we delay. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
He has stopped the bill from being passed.
What a cunt. And this shouldn't be a partisan thing. This shouldn't be Democrat or Republican. The guy is just a cunt, and he's looking to grandstand, and he's looking to come out and go, look, I'm the guy that gives the country the tough medicine. I'm the guy that cares. Fuck you.
Yeah.
This is not where to do it. This is one of those things where these people should be taken care of. Again, unless we're a country of liars about our patriotism and a country of liars who pretend that we care about these people, they're dying of cancer because they were down there doing shit that none of us wanted to do.
Sometimes you just know right and wrong. Sometimes that's all it's about, just what's right.
What a piece of shit. And again, it's even though he has not blocked the bill and is going to probably go through, I'm calling him a piece of shit, just the idea that he's doing this and he's taking this moment. This is his moment in the sun, even though it's a negative. This is his moment to show, I'm the guy that will make the tough decisions. I'm the guy that fiscally, my dad was big on the Fed and fiscal responsibility. Fuck you.
Your mom will tell you what you want to hear, but I'm going to tell you what you need to hear.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you got to do the right thing. You should do the right thing. There's a lot of places to cut money.
Yeah.
Go back and cut it.
Yeah.
Go back and fucking cut it. People were raising the tax. Well, he raised taxes. I mean, he cut taxes for a lot of people, and he wasn't thinking of counterbalancing. And I guess that's different. But the idea is, this is where you choose to do it. He's just a piece of shit.
It really is a piece of shit move.
And why, by the way, why does it have to be anonymous? Why, Gillibrand wants it to be anonymous. Why?
Wants what to be anonymous?
The whole passing through. Fuck these dumb statements. The country needs to stop worrying about making statements and just do the right thing.
Yeah.
Cares if it's anonymous? I'm sorry. Fucking.
I don't think it should be anonymous.
Not anonymous. Who cares if it's? Oh my God! Everybody voting for it.
You mean the opposite of anonymous?
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
Sorry. Who cares?
It has to be unanimous.
Unanimous. I apologize. Did I say anonymous? I meant unanimous.
You said anonymous.
Yeah, I meant unanimous.
Oh, I thought you meant we weren't going to know who voted and who didn't, who voted against it and for it.
He said that he questioned the bill's 70-year time frame and said any new spending should be offset by corresponding cuts.
Oh my God.
22 trillion. Fuck you and fuck the debt. This is something where all the tax dollars that get wasted on garbage. How about you guys fly coach for a while? That's not trillions of dollars. But how about you start making the cuts there? Everybody in Congress flies coach from now on. How about that's a little place to make cuts?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this should be one that you can get through unanimously easy.
Just because it's the right thing to do.
Of course, and like you said, it's not a partisan issue. It's something that anybody looking can say, look, after 9/11, it wasn't partisan. Everywhere you went, an American flag was hanging from every single car, from every single house. I mean, it was all people thought about. The idea that, people lived through what they lived through. They got sick for it. They don't regret it, but they got to pay for this stuff. They're dying. They're getting sick, and those are the people that we can't take care of?
Oh, yeah. He objected to a request by Gillibrand because to approve the bill by unanimous consent, which would fast-track approval. Let's just step in. That fiscal responsibility.
Oh, good.
You piece of shit. Cut the money from somewhere else.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Cut the money from somewhere else.
Like, you want to make a statement? Why don't you show us what you can do? Show us that you can pass this and still be able to cut the money from someplace else. Yeah.
I don't care if you make the cuts. I understand that.
Of course.
You want to offset it, but to make these people wait.
They shouldn't have to wait a day.
They've been jerked around so much. It really is irritating.
This shouldn't even be a question.
It shouldn't be something Jon Stewart has to go and yell at them for.
Yeah. Who knows what kind of disaster they'd be in if they didn't have a celebrity as big as Jon Stewart who was able to talk as well as he could in Congress to represent these people. You know what I mean?
Crazy. But you always knew there's always one.
Yeah.
Rand Paul is just a fucking piece of shit.
He's the one.
And he thinks that this is his big moment. I'm glad his neighbor beat him up.
I forgot about that. Yeah, didn't his neighbor tackle him on the lawn or something like that?
Yeah, and look, you got to make tough decisions in that business. There's things you're going to do that some people are going to hate.
Sure.
But how is this not one that everybody kind of agrees on? Like, as taxpayers, people who are fucking affected by that and who are still getting cancer because of that, can't we all just kind of agree, like, yeah, I mean, it's the worst terrorist attack in our country's history, and we all did, like, talk about how much we cared for years. Take care of the people that were down there.
Yeah.
I mean, should that be a fucking issue?
No.
You don't just don't have to grandstand about that. It's the right thing. I don't think people mind our tax dollars being spent on that.
It's outrageous. Like, I honestly thought that this would be a non-issue. That this would just go right through. There would be no hiccups. This should be the one easy one. If we can unify on anything right now, you would think this would be it. But there's still got to be something, right? I mean, Republicans don't even agree with him. I would hope not.
I just didn't like that he wants to offset. That's what annoyed me because there's so many other things they could do to offset that because the United States wastes a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
We stop sending money to other countries. How about that? How about we stop doing that? Like, we take that money that we send to other countries for whatever the fuck we send it to them for and spend it there.
Well, we need to do that. We need to maintain our allies.
How about we go to the Saudis? How about you go to the Saudis and say, give it to us. You're paying this, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
How about that? That's where the money should come from. You want to show your balls?
You mean Iraq?
Right.
Go
to the Saudis where 19 of these fucking pieces of shit came from and tell them, give it to us.
Yeah.
How about that? How about you confiscate fucking Saudi-owned property and sell it in the U.S.?
Yeah.
And use that money for the fund. 15 of the 19 came from there.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're not even... There's nothing... Saudis have nothing to do with it, apparently.
No.
Right?
No, they could murder a journalist. I mean, again, they spend so much money. I mean, Trump was at least honest about it. He goes, they're spending $100 billion. Like, I get... It's true. He just said it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where the money should come from. How about that? They have more money than anybody. We're dogs for the Saudis. We do whatever they want. We question them on almost nothing.
Right.
How about that?
Throw us a bone here.
Take it. Right. Take some of... What the fuck are they going to do?
Yeah.
Take some of their property and sell it.
That's it. I agree with you. I think that'd be a great
There you go, Rand. Problem solved.
How do we figure it out right here? Jim Norton just gave you the answer.
Let's make the first responders wait until all this is handled. Fuck you.
Yeah. Because they should wait so that you guys can just figure out, like, oh, what if we allocate funds in this direction?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Just a waste of time.
It's so stupid.
Oh, it's a lot of money. Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, it sure is.
It shouldn't even matter. The number shouldn't even matter. You know how much the first responders should get? However much they need.
I think Trump said that they're spending $100 billion on a plane order or something like that. Whatever it is. The Saudis, there was some giant military hardware order. How about you jack that up by $30 billion?
There it is. You found your money.
How about that? Hey, by the way, your planes that you're buying are being taxed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We took in the ass in so many other. I mean, I like the fact that Trump pulled us out of a lot of those deals too. He's like, fuck these tariffs that you're putting on us, and we're not putting them on you. I love that he's doing that.
So
do it to the Saudis.
What's this tax for? Oh, for doing 9/11?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sitting on your fucking hands while 9/11 was happening.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
They canceled the $6 billion Boeing order in favor of Airbus. Oh, because of the fucking problem. I don't blame the Saudis for that.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what? The Air Max, I don't blame them.
You gotta be
yeah.
safe.
They're correct.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, how about that? Tax the fucking Saudis on the order they're buying.
Yeah. I mean, what a headline to see.
Yeah.
That was being delayed. You're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And what? I get you're trying to have your moment. You want to make the headline. You want to be the guy.
You want to be the guy with the tough medicine.
But for what? To what end? Why? Is somebody going to turn around and look at Rand Paul one day and be like, he had the guts to go? Nobody's
going to
have
the guts.
Historically, nobody's ever going to agree with that.
He's hateable.
Hateable.
He is a hateable guy.
He's got to know that.
Because here's what he should have done. You make sure that these people get what they need, and then you do some unpopular cuts. How about that after?
Yeah. And explain, hey, this is why we're doing it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. But no, let's work everything out. Let's not rush to anything.
And I know that it's going to go through. And I know he is not blocking the bill permanently. It's not about that.
But it's just, why delay it?
It's just annoying because of his reasoning. And again, tax the Saudis. That's how you get the fucking money.
Yeah, man.
If you're not going to take their buildings and sell it, just take them and sell them, which I know is, I sound like a 14-year-old. I know that. It's emotional.
That's
it's annoying. But that's something that we shouldn't have to argue about.
No, that should be an easy one. That should be a really easy one. One that's just kind of taken care of.
Yeah.
I guess Thomas and Philly might disagree. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
Hey, Tom.
So here's the deal. It's not that he's correct, but the fact that he votes against it isn't a problem. Why is it a problem that he said
the financial? It's just the fact that this is the one where they can go back and make cuts after it. It's grandstanding because that's what I think is. It's one of those things where if you want to cut money, there's a lot of places our government wastes money.
Jim, you're a little mistaken. Here's the deal. They do this all the time. This is the biggest one, so he has to highlight the biggest one. The one that's most egregious is the one that he has to step up and say, hey, look, we need to come up with the accounting for this. If he highlights that they don't have a plan for some farming bill that the government's going to subsidize, that's no big deal. Most people don't care about this.
Right.
This is a crazy thing that he has to come out and say, hey, look, here's the deal. They don't even know how they're going to fund this 9/11 thing, which is one of the biggest, most famous bills we're going to do in the next, X number of years. So this is the thing that he has to step up on. You're right that he's grandstanding.
Yeah, and it's annoying.
Is the one that you have to step up on.
No, but it bothers me so much because this is where they choose to do it. He knew he would get headlines doing it. He's trying to do the I'm the responsible one. He thinks this is a big moment for him. And this is one that we shouldn't have to worry about. Like, if you're going to worry about where's the money coming from, make cuts after you do it. Because it's not like these guys have been taken such great care of. It's not like we have a history of taking great care of military veterans either. You know what I mean? Every veteran complains about the fucking shit they have to deal with, and yet everyone's waving a flag right after a disaster happens. I'm more annoyed at how, like, this is where we are now, but I remember what happened after 9/11. And if you would have told people back then this would be something that happens in 2019, they would have thought you were crazy.
Yeah.
You're obviously 100% correct, but do you understand my point? If
yes.
you make a point about accounting on a farming bill, nobody gives a shit.
Right.
You have to make a point on these big things. Otherwise, the headlines aren't even made because of the way the media works. I know you guys know that. All right, that's it.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it, Thomas. And again, I think it's going to go through. I'm not being blind. It's not going to. It's just, it annoyed me so much that he's trying to be the voice of, responsibility. Like, everyone knows it has to get paid for, but they really underestimate what taxpayers care about our money going to, because they don't give us really much. We don't get much say over where our money goes. And most of it is on shit that we don't like it to go to.
Yeah. And I get the caller's point, and he is right. You do have to pick a big bill to make your point. However, this is the wrong bill to do it because nobody's looking at this going like, oh, he's right. We do have to be more aware of this. People are looking at it going, this is what they do. What a bunch of pieces of shit.
What a bunch of foot dragging.
Yeah.
Pieces of shit who have everything taken care of for them.
Because this is the one that everybody wants passed immediately.
And what bothers me and why this annoys me is because he's doing it in 2019, even though he wasn't a politician back then. But had he been a politician, he 100% in 2002 would not have pulled this shit.
Right.
When the tone of the country, it was still so fucking aware of it and everybody was talking about it, never would he have done this. He's doing it now because he feels like, this is the time. Get tough, folks. Gotta get tough fiscally.
Yeah.
Tax the fucking Saudis.
You figured it out.
They're responsible for it. They allowed this to fester in their country. It's not a coincidence that 15 of the 19 came from there. It's not a coincidence.
You don't think so?
No, they didn't come from Iran.
No.
They didn't come from Iraq. They didn't come from Turkey. They didn't come from Yemen. Fucking drives me crazy.
Yeah, man. It should.
And our relationship with the Saudis, I'll say this, at least, whether you love Trump or hate him, at least he says what it is.
Like
They're spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's $100 billion. I forget how he said it, and people will kill him for that. Every other president would think the same thing.
But
He
they
just
didn't say
said
it. Yeah.
He just vocalized it. I have to pee.
I was about to say we should take a break. Of course, next week we're in Montreal starting on Wednesday.
Yes.
Wednesday and Thursday, the 24th and the 25th, will be at the Montreal Comedy Festival just for laughs. If you're going or you want to go, email us, jimandsamshow@gmail.com. You can get in for free and you can watch the show. We have a tremendous list of guests that are going to be with us those 2 days. It's going to be amazing.
By the way, is that true? U.S. preparing to send hundreds of troops to Saudi Arabia amid Iran tensions. We're gonna send our troops there to what? Protect them from Iran?
I don't know the story.
Ugh. Once again, the lapdog. And fucking the U.S. runs over on all four legs with our fucking tongues out, wagging our tails. What can we do for you, boss?
Whatever you need.
Whatever you need, boss.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Yep.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton.
And then I informed Jim that he drove to watching UFC fights.
Yeah,
last
you
weekend.
watch UFC fights when you drive. I'm like, I really have no counterpoint for that. You're fucking right.
Comic-Con is going on this weekend. It just started like...
You said it wrong.
Comical Con. It's going on. Comic doesn't stand for comical. It's comic book.
Can you rub my leg, dude?
Yeah, you're on retainer. Rub his leg.
In San Diego, right?
Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con going on this weekend, and preview night was last night. But I guess one of the stories coming out of it is at the very last minute, the Game of Thrones showrunners and creators decided to bow out of the panel that they were going to do.
Good.
And they said it was because of production scheduling issues, that HBO needed them on something else, so they weren't able to do it. Right. Everybody believes that it's because they didn't want to put up with the fans that were going to tell them how bad the last season was.
The last season I didn't think was bad. It was the last episode. I liked Khaleesi had that weird. I liked a lot of the last season. I thought it was great and then okay and then great and then okay. But there was that fucking fight episode is one of the best episodes I've ever seen of anything.
If they turn the lights on a little bit,
it was a little too dark. but the next to the last episode was good.
I think people were just maybe the expectations were so high.
Yeah.
That for it to be anything other than a great season of TV is a major
The last episode stunk. Like that was a bad episode.
Not according to the people who nominate Emmys.
Oh, and that's even the Game of Thrones fans are upset that they got nominated for all the Emmys.
They got nominated for like writing, and the episode that you got nominated for is the last episode.
That got nominated?
Yeah, for best writing.
It wasn't good writing. It was terribly written. It sucked.
That's why people are
water
upset.
bottles all over the place. And that's a man act.
People grabbing Starbucks in the middle of the episode.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, I love the show. So if they get their anything HBO gets, I'm happy for them because I like them.
They put out good content.
They're great.
But do you think that they're not showing up to Comic-Con because they don't want to have to answer questions from people that are going?
Of course. What do you think, George Martin? They're done with it.
Because
next,
anybody that's going to complain about it's going to be the hardcore fans that show up to San Diego.
I can't stand. I mean, Comic-Con's fun to walk around, but the idea of standing under a hot fucking awning, waiting for a panel. Stallone's going to talk about Expendables. Gives a fuck. It's a good movie. A lot of car crashes. Thank you, stupid.
You get to see the You get to see the movie trailer though. You get to see the trailer.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You know what? A minute before it's out online.
That's right. That's right. You get to see.
I think it used to hold a lot more weight, like before everything was being put out online. But now these trailers, like they officially release them, like right after they're shown at Comic-Con.
Well,
yeah, they go to Comic-Cons and then they fucking do that. It's just stupid.
I'm not calling it that.
And there's 48 must-see movies every year.
I know.
Like it used to be like the one big movie. The new Batman trailer comes out and it's like, okay, this is the big popcorn movie of the summer. But every summer, there's a movie every single week that's the big popcorn movie. They got The Lion King should have been like the biggest movie of the summer, but it's just the biggest movie of this weekend.
By
you know
the
what
way,
I mean?
how great is it to see Beyonce's song bombing?
It didn't do well.
Oh, I'm so happy.
It didn't do well.
I thought it sucked. We heard some of it. Did it stink?
Queen Bey.
Yeah, it's a rare miss for her.
Right.
Who gives a fuck? I'm just happy it's bombing.
But it's funny.
Yeah, because what is she not going to be?
She's going to succeed every single time? No, sometimes. Like, it's doing very well on YouTube, but they said that the response to it has been very lackluster.
It wasn't that good.
And on the charts, it's been very, very bad.
What's it called? Oh, her
I think it's called Spirit. You just look up videos. You're looking up news.
Spurt. Look up video for Spurt.
I'm not looking forward to going to see this weekend and having Jim ruin it for me.
What do you mean ruin it for you?
James Earl Jones.
Yes.
Simba, I'm passed away.
All I'm going to be thinking about.
I'm going to die.
I live in a cloud.
Yes, I do. I'm magical.
I'm going to be the only idiot laughing as he's dying.
Oh, man. Did the hyenas chase you?
They did. They came for their ball. I don't know what happens in this.
In
It
Lion
pretty
King?
amazing.
Yeah, the footage
Are
is
there,
live
people,
action.
are there people in this or no?
No.
Oh.
It's live action.
It's live action. See,
I bet there's some real animals.
You know they're not calling it that anymore, by the way.
Good.
It's
not.
photorealistic.
Ew.
It's not live action.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
but that's. I mean, I
hate
feel like
her fucking outfit.
why Ruffles in the desert are good look.
She has great big boobs. Fucking.
I mean, she's amazing. I thought she was the hottest thing in the world when I was 21, and somehow she is still the hottest thing in the world. She's been the hottest thing in the world for 15 years. I am a Beyonce fan.
Is that her kid?
Are you in the Beehive?
I'm a member of the Beehive. That's Queen Bey.
It's boring. The song
yeah,
is boring.
it's
a
not.
boring song.
Yeah,
It stinks.
that's Blue Ivy. She's got some of Jay-Z's looks in her, unfortunately, but you know.
There's nothing catchy about the song. Like, it's just a boring song.
Yeah.
Look at those real lion cubs.
There's real animals in it, but they probably use them and then
They're not real.
You don't think there's any real animals?
No.
In this? No, it's all scenes from the movie.
No,
Yeah.
but in the movie, there's some real.
No, they didn't use real
No.
animals in the movie, man.
That's a real cub walking.
No, it's not. What are you? Why are you? What are you basing
joking
that on?
This, right?
I think like the real accomplishment here is they're taking an animated movie and then
action.
remaking it into another animated movie. But look how good the animation is. now.
I guess
Photorealistic.
so, yeah.
But yeah, no, these are not real animals. They're animated.
They were trained and whipped.
Yeah, they did him like Mr. Ed with the carrot and made him
Peanut
talk.
butter.
Yeah,
Put peanut in his mouth.
yeah, yeah. So he would have to like chomp.
Yeah. I don't like this song. It's boring.
Although
This sucks.
I don't know.
Sucks.
I
don't
don't
like
know.
any of her songs.
I love all
I
of
don't
her
like
songs.
one fucking Beyonce song.
What? Put
don't
on Love on
mind her.
Top.
Oh my
I
god.
don't mind her.
That's not even the best one.
I mean, just put it on. It's just song that was in
Hideous.
my head first.
I don't even dislike Beyonce.
I listen to Beyonce all the time.
And I'm not saying this to be different, guy. I don't like one of her songs.
Put on Love on Top. There's no way you
Enough.
don't. Everybody likes Love on Top. I mean, that's a universally likable song. I don't understand how you wouldn't like
She
it.
just has hit after hit.
It's just impossible.
Look, I don't deny the woman's very talented and popular.
Come on.
I would never listen to this fucking elevator music. Yeah.
This wasn't the right choice.
Yeah, this wasn't.
Very attractive.
Well, Jim's probably going to like certain parts.
Wait,
You
I just don't enjoy her. It's like Mariah Carey. I'd rather listen to that fucking construction on a loop. I'd rather listen to that fucking song in the park
Baby
with
Shark.
the homeless people than anything Mariah Carey sings.
Don't let Mateo Lane hear that.
I'll tell him. But I know she has a good voice.
Right.
Do you understand?
No, absolutely.
It's like watching a football game. You know Tom Brady's a great quarterback, but you want him to fall down the elevator shaft. You hate him.
Not
you don't deny that he's great, but you hate watching him. Well, that's how it is with music sometimes.
You know, as good as the technology in The Lion King is, I can't wait to see tomorrow we're going to get exposed to digital fur technology. Do you know about digital fur technology?
I do not. Is that in place of real fur?
They put out a teaser video for the film version of Cats.
Oh, right.
And they said that they're doing something. They're having the actors in front of like green screens and stuff. And the director, in all seriousness, was like, we're using digital fur technology. And it's like nothing you've ever seen before. And I guess we won't see it until the trailer, which drops tomorrow.
Is it going to drop at Comic-Con?
Oh, I hope so.
I don't think so.
Are they doing a Cats panel?
I don't know if they're doing a Cats panel. Bunch of theater geeks at Comic-Con. Taylor Swift is in Cats. You like Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift.
You don't think Taylor Swift's boring like Beyonce?
No, I like her music better.
Okay.
But I don't care that she's in Cats. I still wouldn't see it.
Jennifer Hudson's going to be in Cats.
Oh, fuck. Unless Taylor let me kiss her feet after. She said, put these fucking 9.5 puppies in your mouth.
What if they're all sweaty from being in a cat outfit?
I'd clean them.
But she's not going to wear a cat outfit because they're using digital fur technology.
Oh, look, they're going to milk bar. It's like Clockwork Orange.
That's exactly it. There was me. That is Tabby.
The preview video is just so funny because they're like, showing like, big chairs because they're supposed to be cats and chairs are bigger for cats.
They are, yeah.
And they're acting like it's this marvel of 2020 technology that they were able to get a chair that's very big.
I saw it in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Right, you just built a big chair. They used to have it in Disney World.
I saw the props, yeah.
I had
It's not a big
zero
deal.
desire to see Cats. Zero.
I'll check it out. I'll probably skip Lion King and watch Cats.
How dare you?
Why? Magical Mr. Mistopheles? Rum Tum Tigger?
You have a Cats shirt.
Yeah, I do. It's awesome. I got a Les Mis shirt, too.
The Corova milk bar. We're all drinking out of a fucking...
Where they are.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Rape another cat. Hit her with sticks. Paralyze her husband.
Meow.
Meow and in the rain. Meow. Meow and in the rain. Meow.
I would love it if the
What a
Cats
great
movie.
It's amazing. Gene Kelly hated that too, by the way. He hated...
Tell him to stop being a stick in the mud.
Of course he hated
Malcolm
it.
McDowell said, well, yeah, but it was his big thing, all happy, and then he commits a rape to it. He committed a rape to Singing in the Rain.
All
Yeah, I
right.
can see why he wouldn't like it.
And by the way, it's choreographed beautifully. The timing of that
Perfect.
scene.
Oh, God.
Is, I'm ready for love. And there's a beauty to it, too, the way he slaps with the fucking the stick and he puts it between Dim's legs. It's like a dance routine.
Nobody comes close to Stanley Kubrick.
Honestly, no, man.
They really don't.
That scene, that film is so fucking amazing. The shot after shot. It's just a weird experience to watch that movie.
That's what I was watching yesterday when I wasn't watching Steve Jobs get mad on stage at press conferences. I was watching videos of Shining explanations. Just because you fall into one of those loops and you're like, what did you think the ending was? What do you think this part is? And they just show all the cinematography. It's really cool. In Midsummer, the movie,
I want to see that
it's
still.
so good.
You liked it, right?
I loved it. I don't know if you'll like it or not, but I loved it.
I like good movies.
Ari Aster, he's the writer-director behind it. And like you could tell so many of the camera angles and shots are completely influenced by Kubrick and the drive up to The Shining is kind of mimicked in it and you just get happy.
Yeah.
It's a 50-year anniversary of Kubrick's best work.
Hold on.
Okay. I already know what
Lolita?
it is. I can't even. I'm about to walk out of the room.
Paths to Glory. Oh, wait. Dr. Strangelove?
No.
I know exactly what it is.
Okay, 50. What year is this? 69?
Do you want me to tell you what it is, Jim?
Wait. Oh, it's 1969. Oh, yes. The moon landing.
There is a theory. I mean, look. Some people think he directed the fake moon landing, and Danny is wearing a NASA sweater in The Shining. Kind of hard to object to the facts.
That's true. Not something a little boy would wear.
Right, right.
If you were going to fake the moon landing, you'd wink at somebody in The Shining.
Right, you'd go, look at his sweater. I did that. Jim,
if he didn't do it, it is funny that he fucked with people though in The Shining.
I mean, that could be like he honestly could have just put it in The Shining because people thought that he did.
But
it.
was the rumor around in 1979 that he directed the moon landing?
I'm not sure.
I don't think that rumor was even around yet.
I don't know. Your boy wasn't there.
Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Sure.
But I was told. I haven't spoken to him. Travis told me that Hot Dog. He came in hot.
Did he?
Yeah, he came
Sometimes
in hot.
he does.
Yeah, sometimes Hot Dog comes in hot. He argues. We've had two real arguments from Hot Dog. One, arguments, discussions, whatever.
Sure.
One was with you and him, and that was kind of
Trump.
About Trump, and that was
Yeah.
kind of on the fly. Then we did the Great Debato, which Hot
Right.
Dog lost big time.
I think so.
Yeah, he very much lost. And if you look, congratulations again, Rob. And if you look at what's happened to Beto since, he's performed about as well as Hot Dog did in the Great Debato.
Yeah, Beto's had a rough time.
He has. You bummed out about that, Hot Dog?
I was never a Beto fan.
You were debating for him
For the sport.
Oh, I see.
So now, what is today's issue?
Yeah.
Well, I was listening yesterday to the show, as I always do.
As you should.
My guy.
Thank you.
And I
look at that chain, huh? Look at that. Hot Dog wants the world to know he's doing quite well for himself.
H&M,
showing off those muscles.
Yeah, he's showing. You working on the biceps?
Forearms. I got small forearms, so I'm working on that.
No,
Not anymore.
Not at all.
Yeah, they're a little skinny.
Looking good.
You have forearms like a wasp.
But so what were you saying, Hot Dog?
That doesn't help with my self-confidence.
They got the skinny little arms, you know?
Always fucking moving honey around.
So small and scrawny.
Oh, that doesn't help.
If you have skinny forearms, one thing that you do, if you work out your biceps and not your forearms, that's really, it's going to do well. It's not going to make your forearms look even skinnier.
Yeah, forearms are hard too. It's hard to work them
I
out.
know.
It's hard to get movement on forearms.
Yeah. You got to pull.
Yeah, and then you start sweating. And
Would you do these things where you put the fucking little weight on your thing and just do that and then go down like that? There's not.
Yeah, but then you get uncomfortable.
Well, yes, yeah, but it's uncomfortable. But you can build them up. But it's hard to get forearms.
You know what's good for forearm strength? Grip.
Grip is
Grip. Those pressure ball things.
Or if you do, when you're doing pull-ups or whatnot.
I stopped doing pull-ups because my fucking elbow was so bad. I gave myself a few months away.
Good. Treat yourself right.
No,
Health first.
I miss them though. They make you feel strong.
I have a medicine ball at home. I have a pull-up bar. I have a bunch of stuff.
What is this, 1950?
Yeah, it's funny.
Just throw
Do 20 jumping jacks.
Yeah.
You know what Hot Dog told me too? He works out at home, but he doesn't like to work out to the point that he sweats because he doesn't like to change his clothes after.
Yeah, it's probably defeating the purpose. Why don't you go to a gym? They get like $10 a month in some gyms.
I'm whatever. I don't feel comfortable working out
In front of people?
Yeah.
That's
Why?
The gym, you could be, trust me. Once Jim said it 100 times, when you see somebody that's embarrassing to look at working out, but they're doing it at the gym, everybody at the gym just goes, good for them.
Respects them. No one, like when we see big fat guys at the gym, people never laugh at big fat people. And everyone's like, good for you. This is where you belong. Good.
Dude,
It's good for you.
I go to a strongman gym. You think there's a lot of people at the strongman gym that look like me?
The WWE wrestlers and stuff?
No, strongmen. Strongman's a sport.
But they'll look at a guy like Sam and go, all right, well,
He
he's
thought
here.
you meant literal strong.
I mean, they look like them is what I'm saying.
Is Undertaker there? Okay, whatever.
You
Never
belong in a
mind.
gym, though. People always happy to see anybody in a gym.
True.
Old people.
Yep.
You see old guys, right? The trainer's just walking them, and they're just walking. You're like, yeah, he's recovering from a stroke. Or anybody in the gym gets respected by most people in the gym.
Especially if they see any kind of improvement or hard work.
There's a guy I know who owns a comedy club, and he goes in there with a friend of his. And they work out, and I watched this guy lose like 25 pounds. It's like, you want people to notice you look good.
Yeah.
There's people I don't even know. I've told they look good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen them over the course of a year. I'm like, holy fuck.
You go like, damn, daddy.
Yeah, I'll say that. Damn, daddy look good.
Okay.
I say it like that.
That's creepy, man. That's not. I wouldn't go to that gym anymore.
Yeah. It's a really nice moment in the steam room. So what is it? We're running out of show here. I apologize.
Yeah, get off your chest.
No. I mean, I was listening yesterday, and then I was hearing the conversation you had with that one caller. And
what was the caller?
Over the Trump stuff with the 4 congresswomen and his comments.
The squad?
The squad.
Yeah.
And you're still at the point where you don't think Trump is a racist, and I'm so frustrated listening to that.
Don't be. I'm not invested enough in not believing he's a racist to defend it to the death. Like when I say I don't care, I don't mean I don't care if there's a racist president. I mean I don't have a personal investment on who he is as a man. Like I'm not like, no, he's not. I'm just, it's something that people commonly say, and when you look at the dumb shit he said or the ill-advised stuff he has said about so many people. He's fired out awful remarks about John McCain. He fired out remarks about how stupid I think he's Muslim, the mayor of London was, or who the ambassador to London was, like Merkel in Germany. He fucking fires out ill-advised comments, or maybe not even ill-advised, about everyone. So when he says something like "go back," that's a schoolyard thing to say. Even if they were all white, it doesn't matter. If there was no racial component, I would still say, what a dumb thing.
He wouldn't have said that they were all white, though.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have. And but then again, how many white ones are from other countries, too? I think the fact that she was from Somalia, he was talking about her, and he was just it was stupid to say about other people. And there's not a black guy that hears that doesn't think he's a racist for saying it.
You get judged by how you respond to criticism.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes.
What he said about McCain makes him really not fucking patriotic at all. When he says, "I don't respect,"
guys who get caught.
I respect winners.
Yeah, and if your go-to for criticizing from some congresswomen is go back to your countries and then come back and whatever, that tells me that the first thing you go to is race and whatever the fuck.
Or the obvious thing that wins you in the moment, as you see yourself winning in the moment. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that's what I think the way his mind works. I think he looks to. He doesn't he grabs whatever the moment is, whatever he thinks will win him that moment, just grab it. I think that's what he does.
Right.
And in this one, it's a racial component to it. And by the way, Omar, I can't stand her. I think what he said about her was dumb. But, she doesn't make her own cause any more likable by saying things like some people did some things about 9/11. And then people say she's an Al-Qaeda sympathizer, which I don't think she is. But what do you expect people to think when you describe 9/11 salt? You know what I mean? It'd be like if somebody raped a woman and you said a couple of boys got carried away.
Here's the difference right now, though. You really caught up on this whole Omar comment on 9/11.
Sure.
And you're saying, fuck her for saying this. But for Trump, any single thing that comes, you find a way somehow to go, well, this isn't what he was thinking. I don't think this is. I think he meant to like
I also
this.
did that for her.
I know.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just said to her, I don't think she's an Al-Qaeda sympathizer.
No,
but I did.
And if you look it up, that quote was taken out of context.
Okay, but I did say that. I didn't say she sympathized with Al-Qaeda. I said I don't think she's
I'm talking about the 9/11 remark where she said when she did it in a passe way.
So you're not so invested in the fact that you're not sitting here declaring Trump is no racist. You're saying if you go by the rules of the court, innocent until proven guilty, you don't think that this statement proves beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump is
I don't think Trump
racist.
Dislikes black people. I think Trump, and I've said this, is the kind of racial racism or the kind of old man racism that Donald Sterling had, where you don't see yourself as being that way. Like there's guys that know they don't like blacks. There's guys that know they don't like Jews. There's people who know who they don't like. I don't think Trump feels that way. I don't think he looks at blacks and goes, I don't like blacks. I don't
think he hates them. I think he looks down on them.
He might. And
I don't think that's fit for the highest office in the land.
I mean, how do you think Bush felt? Everyone looks down.
I don't think Bush was a racist.
I think everybody in that position looks down on somebody, and I'm not excusing his racism. I'm saying I don't have any higher expectation for those guys. I don't have any higher expectations that they're any morally better than anybody else.
The last maybe 5 or 6 presidents, Republican or Democrat, I could confidently say I don't think they're racist, even though there are people in the liberal side of the party, like the extremists, who would go, "Oh, this Bush hates black people. Bush does this," or Bush
Kanye
Sr.
said that.
Yeah, or Reagan was this and that.
You don't think Reagan was racist?
No, I think I don't think I'm a crazy liberal. I think I'm moderate enough to be like, all right, this is what it is.
Who do you think was the last racist president?
Probably Nixon, maybe.
Why was he
Why
racist?
do you think Nixon was racist?
I mean, wasn't he caught on tape saying some racist shit?
Probably, right?
Yeah.
You're just saying, like, you look at him, he's like probably racist.
He caught on tape, saying he actually taped it. He caught himself, and he was with Jews. He was talking about kissing me Jews. He badmouthed everybody, kind of.
Yeah. So I'm not the guy who's like, I don't want to sound like every other person who like Boy Who Cried Wolf and be like, oh my God, this guy's racist. But when I see this one guy, this one president that we have right now, and I actually, just because I did ask to be on air, I have a whole list of examples.
Okay.
Of things that
and to be fair, we didn't know until you came in. So Jim isn't
But I don't even need
studied
to
up
prepare.
on
Like
this
I said,
stuff.
I'm not invested enough in it. Like I'm not living and dying by the fact. Like if it came out all of a sudden, there's fucking audio of him dropping the M-bomb. I wouldn't make me go. Well, but I was.
You're not invested, but anytime something comes up on air and someone mentions, "Oh, this might be it," you automatically go. You try to see, not that you're defending him, but you try to see it in a way that we're, oh, well, maybe it wasn't like this. I don't think he's thinking this. I don't think he hates them. I think it was like more like reactionary. When it is what it is, you should call a spade a spade.
Because the reason I do
Can't say
that
that.
is because in this culture, especially, all we do is immediately pin somebody with that label.
Right.
Like people are saying he's racist because he wants to fix the Mexican border.
That's wrong.
But none of them are saying, you know what, there are a lot of problems coming. Like you're either a racist or you're not a racist. And I'm tired of that word being used every time there's any type of racial component, even though sometimes it's right.
Right. But the proper reaction isn't to automatically go, nothing's racist.
I don't believe nothing's racist at all.
I need to hear Trump to say the N-word, or I need Trump to say whatever in order to say he's racist. There's enough evidence, and I don't think one example is enough to be like, this is like he's racist.
What's an example of him being racist?
Or not one example isn't going to prove he's racist.
No, but I'm saying I'm not saying the only one.
What's your racist list?
Racist list. All right. Trump's real estate company tried to avoid renting apartments to African Americans in the 1970s and gave preferential treatment to whites, according to the federal government.
Let me ask you. Now that definitely is illegal and shitty to do.
Racist.
Was that him personally, or was that him?
Trump and his father.
So, do you think that he said, "Don't rent to blacks," or were they going over? And again, I'm asking this: Are they going over economic stuff and going, "All right, well, these guys have more money and pay the bills, and these guys don't"?
Oh, yeah.
Not even looking at that. And then all of a sudden, it's like he hasn't rented to a black guy in 6 months. Oh well, I don't. Again,
didn't they separate the applications by race?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, but
They got a whole
that's
thing
racist.
for this.
And again, one thing doesn't mean you're racist.
But you brought up his dad, and if we've learned anything, it is taught in the home.
That is true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if he did that, that's racist.
1989, Trump took out, this is the Central Park 5, you guys already know about this.
Yeah.
But as late as October 2016, more than 10 years after DNA evidence had exonerated them, he still refuses to admit that
I do not believe that's racism. I think that that's his stubbornness. And he's also and a lot of people do believe, why would you confess to something you didn't do? Like that's where his mind is at with that. I don't think that's a racist thing. I think he doesn't want to admit that he was wrong.
Right.
I think that's about being stubborn and dug in and nope. Like you'll never get him to bend.
All right.
Somebody should get him a Netflix subscription. There's all kinds of false confessions. They have 2 seasons of false confessions.
Yes, there are. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
His
a lot
argument was, well, why would you confess to something you didn't do?
And that's what all the lawyers in that case say, that like, these kids, they got convinced that because they were innocent, that would prevail over everything.
Which makes sense.
Of course, but realistically and according to the law, they didn't realize that false confessions are about the toughest thing to walk out of. A confession is way better than like an eyewitness, for example.
Because we don't, you know what it is? Because every one of us, as a person, can't picture ourselves doing it.
Right.
Like you can't picture yourself ever going, yeah, I raped her and murdered her when I didn't. Like, or beat her up when I didn't. So it's kind of hard for most people to fathom. So I think that's what his thing is with that.
But he just can't accept fault. And he can't just go along with, like, everyone thought that at some time.
Sure.
Why not just go with the public sentiment? It's not controversial.
He's stubborn.
But he's also, a lot of the cops who are involved in that case are standing by what they did. And Colin said he watched interviews. I haven't seen the interviews, so I can't comment on them. On things that the cops who were involved said that the documentary got wrong. I haven't seen the interviews, so I don't know.
You mean the series?
I'm sorry, the series, yeah. So again, I still think that they did not do it, and I think that they got the guy who did it, who said he did it alone.
And the DNA match.
But yeah, and then DNA match. I absolutely don't think they did it.
I'll just put these two together. The whole 2016, starting the campaign with the people that are coming here aren't the best people. Most of them are rapists, and some I assume are good people.
Yeah. Is he talking about people who come here or people who come illegally over the border, sneak over the border?
He's talking about illegally.
I think he was talking about illegally.
But statistically, that doesn't
it's probably
match
wrong.
up.
Yeah, it's probably wrong.
Fear mongering, but whatever. Then 2015, Trump called for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
Again, what he said was he said something he shouldn't have said. But didn't Obama have the same 7 countries that there was some kind of a travel restrictions on.
Right,
I believe
there were
Obama
travel.
did. He just didn't say it. Again,
he didn't say the term Muslim
He didn't
ban.
use. He would never say Muslim. And to me, that was a flaw of Obama. He never said that there was a religious component to why they were doing what they were doing, even though they were saying it.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Trump at least said it, and people were so used to Obama avoiding it that Trump oversaid it. I think he oversaid it to prove he would say it instead of just using it balanced. So when he said those countries, he was pretty much doing maybe a little bit more than Obama did with it. But Obama, I think, was also, I mean, he was not soft on that stuff as people thought he was. I mean, he had the same, I believe, restrictions, or maybe the same countries.
What Snopes says here that Troy has opened up, it's like 50-50.
He didn't ban Muslims, but he had restrictions on those countries.
But the focus,
I'm glad that you came in and researched, Hot Dog.
All right.
Look, Troy has Snopes open.
What? I'm just
They didn't stop them entirely. It was affected a single type of visa from a single country, and not all entry from several countries. So there was again, he was a milder version of what Trump did, but he was aware of that issue, and come on, I mean, he was on top of it as much as he could be.
Let's see. Trump calling for less immigration from Haiti and Africa and more from Norway. The whole shithole country remark. The shithole country remark, I don't have a problem with.
Sure.
It's asking for more immigrants from one country than the other. If they all qualify to be here,
sure,
it shouldn't matter what country they should.
Yeah,
they
that's a stupid thing to say.
Stupid. All right.
Yeah.
So we're not at the racist.
No. But I'm saying that's a dumb thing. It's a dumb thing to say. I don't want Haitian or African. Maybe there is a racial component to it that he's not even aware of.
He has retweeted white nationalists in the past.
Did he know they were? Like, there was one he
might have been on accident.
That was a fake. He retweeted some kind of a fake video too, where it looked like there was which was, again, it was a racist video, but it was fake, like where he thought that a white guy was being abused or by a Muslim or something, but he wasn't.
Well, the handle on one of them said white genocide.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's still
That's
there.
tough.
I clicked on it this morning.
Did he really see that? Did he really? What a dope.
That's tough.
Just Donald Trump Twitter white genocide.
Where is that?
And it's still there.
I would. Yeah, because he can't delete stuff.
Yeah.
He can't delete his tweet. I want to see that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I want to see it.
Mm-hmm. Looking it up.
That's tough because I mean there's a lot of racial connotations in that Twitter name.
No, that's not it. There's a retweet. White genocide.
Trump tweet. White nationalists booted from.
I could maybe send you the link.
Yeah. I would just want to see where that hashtag is.
All right. Well, we can keep going. The whole Obama wasn't born here; he was born in Kenya.
The birther deal,
which was a dumb. It was a strategy. I believe again, Hillary is the one who started that. I believe she's the first one to say it, but he ran with it.
I think that is right. Trump just buckled down.
Trump doubled down on it, but I believe she's the one who said that first.
We went over this last time we were talking about it, and a caller actually corrected you on it. And Hillary didn't start it. I forgot what the exact details were on it. You can look it up. But Hillary did not start that. She kind of did flame it up a little bit. Or she didn't deny or whatnot, but to double down on it and make that your whole that was his entering politics. That was it, and to this day doesn't take it back. And
he said Obama was born
here. The whole thing was a strategy to make Obama show his birth certificate. It was dumb, and it was like everybody knew Obama was from here, but it was one of those things where
was it dumb or was it racist?
Not it's just about being. It was just about being right, and it was the thing he could get Obama on. It was almost like.
But there is a thing where. When he's going for things that he can get people on, if he can get them on not being from here, or he can get them from not, it seems like people of color, he gets them on that.
Maybe.
This isn't, when you look at the Obama thing, when you look at the squad thing, like there are multiple examples of him going, I can get them on the fact that they're not like us.
Yeah, but he can't come out and say he was wrong. To say go back to your country, like someone's like, you didn't see, said go back to where you're from, but the countries was before that. We all know.
We know last night when they were chanting "Send her back," and he was just smiling.
Yeah, again,
he was looking satisfied.
Chant. Yeah,
he was looking satisfied.
Stupid.
Yeah, he was very satisfied.
He was satisfied. Hot dog. I'll give you that.
It's not like she came here last year. She's been here since she was 10.
Yeah, look, she got elected. I mean, she's legit.
She's a citizen.
Yeah,
and also the other three were born here.
Mm-hmm.
They're Americans.
Yeah,
they're all 4 Americans.
There was a Mexican judge that was looking over.
I remember that one.
Yeah, he was looking over some Trump University case, and he said he might be biased because of his heritage.
So what? He's probably right. To say that, to assume that. How many people? There's hip hop concerts charging more to white patrons than black patrons. That was recently a hip hop festival was doing that. Let's not pretend that we don't all look into, hey, that person might be biased because. How many times are white people accused of being biased because they're white? Well, that's your white privilege or that's your white thought. So if Trump says, hey, this guy might be looking into this different because he's Mexican, that's a fairly human thing.
Oh, he was an American. He was just of Mexican heritage.
Okay,
and even if he was a Mexican, he's a judge. You shouldn't just go, this guy's biased because
That's
of his
true. He
race.
is a judge.
Dumb thing to say. Absolutely a dumb thing to say, but let's not pretend that we don't all think that about other people.
That's like when Chris Darden in the OJ case said that black jurors couldn't hear the N-word because it would make them too emotional. And then Johnny Cochran went to town on him, saying, what do you think, that black people can't understand words, can't handle
So you think because of someone's heritage, someone shouldn't, they might be biased on a certain case?
No, what I'm saying is we all have that thought. I'm not saying it's a right thought or a polite thought or a wise thing for a president to say. But you can't act like it's a foreign thought that none of us have. Like when the OJ was acquitted, everyone said it's black jury. And when they showed footage of white people reacting one way and black people reacting another way, unplanned, undiscussed, natural reaction, it was undeniable. People see things differently, and we see things a lot of times through the lens of our race. I'm not saying he was smart to say it, but let's not pretend that we wouldn't all think the same thing if it was something that was being investigated on us.
Jurors do get selected a lot of times based on ethnicity.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that, but they do.
Yeah.
But when you bring that side of things, and black people were definitely pro OJ at that time.
Sure.
But when you bring that, and then you kind of use that scale when it comes to the president of the United States,
talking to a judge,
uniting and not dividing, not the most divisive person we probably ever had as a president. At least,
not at all. He's not any more divisive than anybody else.
I wouldn't say that. That's
100%. Because he just, again, Obama, they hated Obama. People who hate Trump right now, I heard the same level of irrational hate for Obama. I'm like, why do you, like, he's a good family guy.
Obama didn't lean in. Like, Trump is the one that's doing it.
He was a much better, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I say Obama was a much better seller of ideas. He was he was much better at making things palatable for people. He was much more concerned about saying things that even people who didn't like him would be able to hear. He just did things much different.
But you don't think that Trump is trying to create divisiveness?
I think he's just using it.
He knows that that's good for his business.
He's using it in a way that they all use it. He's just, again, he's naked. He's the id of every other one of those guys.
Obama was divisive because he was black.
No, he was divisive because it's not because you're black. Colin Powell,
not solely because of that, but the reason
there were a lot of people that didn't like Obama because they didn't want a black president.
Literally, as soon as he was in office, we already had the Tea Party movement starting up in 2010, maybe a year into his thing. It was all about getting him out of there.
Obama, because people saw him as a tax and spend guy, and the NRA hated him because of his gun grabbing, and people people also didn't like the fact the way he behaved when he was in the Middle East. They thought he seemed weak in front of but you don't think people by bowing. It was little dumb shit like that.
You don't think there were a lot of people that didn't want to have a black president?
There were people who didn't want to. Yes, absolutely.
A lot of people.
Yeah, there were people.
Yeah,
but I'm saying that's not the only thing that made him. That was like when he went on to give that speech about Newtown, which I thought was great, when he got a little choked up about kindergartners being murdered. There was a lot of people who thought he faked that.
Right.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what does this guy have to do to fucking people think that he's just a father?
Right.
Like, it really annoyed me. But we had a civil war in this country. Vietnam, we have been divided for years. We're always looking for someone to blame for the fact that we're divided.
Obama didn't go and attack people who said he was faking it.
Sure, he handled it much better.
Whereas Trump would have attacked people. That's why that's what makes Trump more divisive. He leans into it and creates divisiveness. He creates us versus them.
He just is more honest about it, and he's not good at hiding it, and he's not good at talking around it or over it the way you want a president to do.
He says Democrats hate America, so that's half the country.
But right there, doesn't that tell you? When he says these guys hate America, that's how he communicates. I'm not saying he's right. I'm only saying, like, what do you pin that on? Is it a racist thing? Is it a Democratophobia? Democrats, they hate America. He said that those women, they hate Jews.
Right.
Like, what?
It's all fear-mongering.
It's all the moment. It's winning the moment. It's whatever I have to say right now to get what I want.
I'm not saying it's exclusively race. There's the three main points for the Republican Party right now are abortions, gun rights, and then it's the brown people are going to replace us, and we're going to be the minority soon.
Somebody gave Hot Dog's photo to Russia.
I know.
Yeah,
I was looking at that. Yeah, you look like
actually.
Cicely Tyson.
It looks a little better. But he panders constantly to this demographic here who hated Obama solely because I'm not saying all Republicans hated Obama because he was black, but you can't lie and say there wasn't a good chunk of people who did that immediately because of it.
I think
he panders to them.
I think there is something to be said when you're right, Jim, because there's nothing Trump loves more than to be proven right and to win an argument. But I think when your go-to is race and where people are from so often, that's where it starts to be like how close is this to the front of your brain? Like, how much are you really thinking about this?
If that's your go-to thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm mad at a Jewish person, I don't go and say, start yelling, Jewish, like
I do that even when I'm not mad.
But what I'm saying, when you're mad at someone and you get upset and you're trying to get back at them, the first thing you go to is race constantly. Then that's because that's what's always in your mind. Then that's the first thing you go to.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not invested enough in him not being, because I don't know him, so I don't know. And he has said enough things that you're like, ugh.
But you're also smart, Jim, and you're not invested in it. But any time it comes up, and this is why I'm frustrated, you always go immediately to go, oh, well, let's look at it this way when there's clear examples, time after time after time after time that he's a racist. Now,
Jim's also smart enough to give things the benefit of a doubt before jumping onto a popular kind of one side or the other.
Because they
thing.
attack him. So I'll tell you what, he's right about he's right about the way he's handling tariffs with other countries. He's right about he's 100% right about the media. So there's a lot of things I like about him too. But yeah, the way he handles that stuff, I don't like.
And I'm not some crazy live again. You can look at my old tweets. I'm not, I'm more fiscal conservative than I am liberal conservative, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And I criticize the media all the time. I do this, but in this one case,
you're kind of a cuck.
Yeah, I mean, aren't Trump people cucks too?
Yep,
Trump cucks,
they really are.
Yeah,
If I
they
mention
are.
Trump, they are just, by the way, any Trump supporters that think you're these fucking tough Americans who can't be offended, you're exactly the same as the fucking bearded beta when it comes to defend. If I mention Trump in a joke or in one of my Instagram posts, the fucking typical, I'm like, I'm not even shitting on him.
No. Oh, you've got Hollywood, Jim.
I literally did some of him in meeting the Queen, and I go, even if you don't like Trump, you have to admit when he does something. Like I'm saying to people, you can't always dislike this, and they still get sensitive. So they're just as sensitive as the people who hate Trump.
Totally.
And my last, because I know we're running out of time. My last point is if this comes to Democrats versus Republicans right now, and I wouldn't mind any other Republican president, Mitt Romney, whoever the fuck it is. It's just this one guy who's an.
What about Mike Pence?
I
wouldn't be very
I'll
good.
take Trump and somebody else. I wouldn't vote for him because of Mike Pence, not because of Trump, because of Mike Pence.
But if you're fine with voting for a racist because, I might get some more tax money here, or I might save some money there, or the policies or whatever, that's fine. You can go ahead and vote for that. Vote for your money instead of morals, I guess. But admit it.
But at least admit that you're on a high horse right now. At least admit that's an extremely high horse position to take. If your money is more important than implying that if people vote for Trump, it is just because they don't care about race and they care about money. You're saying everyone is just voting based on race.
No one's seeing it like that. No one who's voting for Trump is seeing it like that. But what I'm saying, there's clear-cut examples that this guy's a racist. If you want to vote for a racist, vote for a racist. That's fine. Just own up to the fact that you're voting for a racist because you like this and this and this more than you care about this one thing. That's all I'm arguing. And no one wants to argue it. No one wants to say, yeah, he's a racist, because once you say he's a racist, that's it.
Hillary Clinton,
just own it.
Hillary Clinton might have silenced abuse victims.
Yeah, and if they did, let her ride in prison.
I mean, did you vote for Hillary?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I
so
did.
were you voting for someone that covered up for, again, this is alleged, but there were people who speculated that she knew what Bill did and was covering for them, but you weren't thinking of that. You were thinking of the other stuff about her that, like, yeah, I agree with her on 60% as opposed to 40.
No, well, if more examples come out that she was actually doing this and it's more clear-cut, the same way it's clear-cut that Trump is doing this and he's fanning the flames of racism. Sorry, I should have swallowed something.
It's okay.
I bet you should have.
Yeah, whatever.
So who would you vote for, Hillary or Trump? Would you vote for someone that allegedly...
I was about to vote for Trump instead of Hillary, but last minute I was like, this guy's fucking crazy as hell, and I voted for Hillary.
He says the fact that he says all that shit, it annoys me because he doesn't serve what he's doing well. It's so distracting. And it does muddy like some of the other stuff he does that makes sense. And it's like if you just if he could communicate the way Obama did about what he wants to do with Mexico, like he's right about the cages. He didn't build those; they were there. If he just could communicate better and nicer, And just be nicer, for fuck's sake, and gentler sometimes. He would win over so many people who, because I think he does himself such a fucking disservice, and his refusal to ever back up on something that has been proven wrong is to me, it's a flaw. But
well, we're out of time.
Anyway, Hot Dog makes some good points.
Yeah, there are a lot of phone calls and tweets. Almost all of them agree with a Hot Dog, I'm sure.
No, there are a lot of cucks there.
You're going after the audience now? You're calling them all cucks?
Oh, yeah. There's
everybody that disagrees with you is a cuck, is that right?
As soon as you criticize Trump, the phones light up.
You're not a bit, I mean, you can't just...
But just because there's a lot of... you can't. All of what he's saying is not invalid either. I mean, he has said so many things that you can't defend every single... I try to look at them individually. I'm sick of people being called a racist every time they say something.
Yeah.
So I'm also kind of biased against it because I'm just tired of hearing it.
I hate it. I hate it too.
Well, good.
All right, well, we have to go. There's a white man that needs to drive.
Good thing you watched all those accident videos. You got some fights to watch.
Yeah, I do.
Well, Jim, we're going to be in Montreal next week. You're going a little early to do some press, but the show will be there Wednesday and Thursday. If you want to come see the show live, we're going to get Hot Dog, so if you object to anything that Hot Dog said, you could yell at him in person. Email jimandsamshow@gmail.com, and you can come and see the show live, admissions free, so just email us. Tell us what day you want to go, Wednesday or Thursday of next week.
Come up in a GIF.
And you're going to be doing a show there on
27th. Yes, and I'm doing Chip on Wednesday.
Oh, man, there's so much going on up there. You got to be in Montreal next week.
I'm doing Cheap Person.
That's so cute the way you do it like that.
Appreciate that.
All right, we're going to see you next week.
See ya.
Goodbye.
More Jim Norton.